going to deal about the scientific analysis, we have seen whatever the work that's done in the Indian context is all about the excavation side. Nobody has touched the prehistory side according to my knowledge yet. But there is lot of side there, like R.S. Popo has did the work on Mangao, but there is Chalcolithic sites and all. Or you can just Sindhe, Dasgupta, and they have been all these scientific.
जॉइन होकर लेफ्ट गूगल मीट थोड़े ही चलते प्रेजेंटेशन ना हाँ ना चलिए मेरे गूगल मीट
But you just
मीट just last five
yeah. So
गूगल मीट क्रिएट हम क्या तो सही तरीके से बढ़िया
so before Sadhu one right? It's the exploration in the 10-kilometer radius of the river Sadhu. They went 20 magnetic sites in Kerala and 10 Isya canals. Settlement among the 12 sites of Bingala has reported one English in the top of the hence, we took this as a starting point study of the distributed of the site within 2 hours walking. Means people go for the any hunting, whether you can at least you can go for the 10 kilometers because you have to return back to your own place. So 10 kilometers for the hunting and 5 kilometers you can bring for the agriculture. Wherever nowadays you can see that our agriculture field will be still around 1 and 2 kilometers distance. Wherever you go for the forest, that is maybe 3 and 4 kilometers. So the same thing is there. We are going to do the scientific analysis. What are the materials available and what the site is there. So the distance is walking time is 2 km and 30 minutes in the animal on distance. So you when I'm going to take the scientific analysis in the medical valley, I'm using the magnetic tools and the traffic people. That is called crash. Here I made one maps. Magnetics sites and was rounded. Each outlet is 2 kilometers. So the 5 rounds and within the 10 kilometers, what are the means natural sources and environmental sources keep the support to the subsistence life. Like desert and the also there. Also, all these are can say other 12 microlithic sites. So each and every site, whatever the site you can find in the Kalahandi, that is the name itself so the tribes village. So the microlithic sites of Himpela, which is not that much clear. These are tools and the total was 606 with different type code, flags, leads, point, black leads, scalper, corer, lunettes, chips, job. These are the private things. I'm taking this side as the the primary side where they have because lot of you can see the flag materials is more and cheap and chalk is there. That means they have the manufacturing. At the manufacturing side and that manufacturing side they have to bring other part of that place. So it's the one thing when you from the morning you have heard that when you talk about the microlithic sites, then the common things is there. Heavy duty people will be incorporated with the microlithics. So there also the same thing is with there. Heavy duty. That heavy duty means is the topper chopping tools and the ringstone. And this topper chopping and ringstone is the how these people will place for their means cutting, digging, butchering. That should discuss with the ethnographical study. All the 12 sites are located within the distance of the 1 and 2 kilometers from the Sangam River. Some of them are river beds. A few of them are located close to the university of the Sangli rivers. Another interesting feature of observe the distribution pattern of the migratory site of that all of them are located within the distance of 2 and 3 kilometers from the forest region. Four of them is located within the 50 to 500 meters from the forest, indicating that they are almost part of the forest tract. Remaining eight sets are also located within the distance of 1 and 3 kilometers. Means today we have seen the forest area and within the 1 and 2 kilometers we have seen the you can see the megalithic sites. Judging this, we can hypothesize during the megalithic periods, the forest must have been even the closures because now the lot of things going on, people are cutting the forest, so it may be so close during the megalithic time. Things. In comparison of the megalithic site, the density of the Jessiacan settlement on the Sanju river is extremely rich. They are following the agro-cultural subsystem. When I'm going to deal with these megalithic tools and this Sanju river and Bhimkela with this tribal people, I have technical problem because this is the agro-culture. When I'm going to deal, these people is not in the agro-culture. These people because they are means they are doing the agriculture. So how we will use these microtubules? That's why I'm taking the upper part of the river valley where the Uttarakhand is there, and there is a Gulahandi also there one side. And recently I have reported one side Ghanti Gula. So a lot of archaeological site is there. So within that 10 and 5 kilometers, we have prehistory sites and travel people. So I am taking these things to the upper part and dealing this according to them. So this is the things where you Bhimkala you can see, and within the Bhimkala, the distance from the river, source of water, every side has source of water within the 400 1 kilometer like this, and we have the raw materials of the within this periphery, and the distance of forest within 3 and 4 kilometers. That means when you are going to do the scientific analysis, that one paper, one individual used to go for the 10 kilometer per hunting. That is something different in the 10 river valley and the middle river valley, generally in the Sandhu valley, because they are not going to 10 kilometers. They are going to within 3 and 4 kilometers for their hunting and gathering purposes. Well, dealing with the ethnopolitically, the ethnographic I told you there is a one type is there, and they are divided by three part according to the settlement. Desiagan was studying in the plain area. Kutiagan we have settled in the you can say this two height of odds. They are settled like this, and Kutila is Kutia, and the Dantia was studying the interior forest Ganga. So these are the three, and they are the one branch. So when going to this, they have the same faith, same religion, everything as they are maintaining. That means they have some relation. Some of the people they are staying until now in the forest area, and some of the days they come to the settle in that like in plain area, like Neolithic phase. Some of the till now come to the hunting gathering things, and some of the continue to the agriculture thing. So this thing is there in the river valley. So some of the pictures, particular this is Mohangiri, this is one program, and last and device. So the subsystem package of the project edible plants, fruits, leaf, tuber, roots, besides catching small gaps and fishing which occupy more than 50% of their good. Is the data of subsystem. The actions is meaning. This Kona beautiful plants, medicinal plant also they have, and other resources. Additionally, they have to do the travel group. But they have all these things surrounding them. Within the 5 kilometers, they have everything. With that mineral, with the raw material, with the flora and fauna, with the medicinal plant, everything they have. So, as such, if the information you study, those contracts group following the hunting gathering, shifting cultivation economics, I have taken up the Kutiakan and Daldakan settlement to the middle and upper Del Valley. This settlement of these two groups in the study area. Do not remember the migratory exist method. I told you before, that means the middle Del Valley, the people are, that is the Desekan, they are not remember the hunting gathering people, and the people who are staying in the in upper part of the river valley, they are the Kuteka, they are clean, it will be back. Look at them, what I am saying, the upper and middle, that's and in the middle there, when you can see the Kuteka, also in the upper also, Desia, Desikorja, and Kuteka. The estimate of the catchment area of the travel system is estimate on the basis of the availability of the basic requirement. The each stream carry water for the almost 9 months in the years. In summer months, they maintain the. The one thing there in all over the world, when you study of the tribal community, they have the they have practiced one things. During the summer, they used to go to the irrigation to the wet area, and during the winter they used to come to their own place. This similar thing is not there in our land because this is the permanent settlement. Whatever you see that in the travel goods and permanent, they are not changing their place from one sector to the capacity of the water. They used to go in 3 kilometers for the fetching the water. The location must set the course for this like who might have been following this Particularly don't use components in the microsystem we indicate some components of the epitacy provided that components 45% of the collection. The finished tool components consist of the blade, points, scraper, etc. And they comprise 6 and 5% of the tool assembly. The most interesting occurrence of the application is the heavy duty tool, that is the chopper and the ringstones. Here I am going to experiment how this chopper shopping will be utilized for the cutting the tree. And thanks to that Sama Heritage Chennai for WhatsApp, who can make this all this experimental made all these tools when you make the chopper and try to cutting one tree. So we are always saying that the chopper shopping will use for the cutting purpose. But without experiment, how can we build that? So we are going for this experiment and we are able to cut this. We also small pieces and ringstone. That is known as the Parikamathri in our area. So people are utilized for outside and they're hanging also cow for means huge forms of disease. So very the people are, but this thing is that in the Bessia can also do the same things and the Kutia can also do the same thing. The lower part of the picture is the Kutia can village where you can find the this stone. They are in the cow shed. And the in plain area in the cow, the Bessia can they utilize this for the hanging in the neck of the cow. All these traditions go to the provide the village then when they require the habitat of the in contrast to the traditional 10 kilometer walking radius 2 hours walking distance that area of the settlement have the average of 2 and 3 kilometers. Artificial walking radius which is not to be found in any other. However, I start from the setting and this is I told the for hunting purpose of going to 10 kilometers that is not in that Sell River Valley. And they are going to onward 2 kilometers. And for the agriculture purpose, they will go for the 1 kilometer. To the peculiarities of this. These are the goals. And I told you that the heavy produce goals. Because for your analysis is there. Like over in the hospital, Kalahari, people that utilize for this forest study. So here you can find
BNC join for video. It is looking for it to actually often this things are directly to
source in the source rivers stream or stream original things you do coincidence and all of you want to these things but in fact in the middle many these things are doing that. Observation. Although it has been contained that the working radius of the site statement is Based on the observation of modern blood travel, what we could and different old board in the use for the comparative analysis of the these context, it can be stated by the graphic analysis, but with the excellent knowledge about the immediate soil and the topographical details, the travel cover the distance to the EG is the same mostly the true of the groups and the microsystem community who could have been tracked on the unbelieving terrain with the EG. In the 10 kilometers in 2 hours, walking rate can be reduced depending on the observational knowledge of the ethnographic present. I would like to give my acknowledgement my guides and Chandramoli from Bandra University, Governor History from Medical University, as well as the Kalani University, Salma Chandra for Heritage of Chennai, ICHR, and Governor History, Ramsey University. Thank you.
Just a minute. Sir, it directly it present on the
next time we will good afternoon all. Respected Basa sir, respected Basa sir, Lafikin sir, and Kora sir, and Kornai sir, and other esteemed guests. So my topic is ceramic assemblage of early farming culture of a coastal Odisha. The early farming culture in India has been referred to as a new Chalcolithic cultural phase, which is women's learning agriculture, making pottery and using copper. So, the early farming culture phase is characterized by painted, well-made pottery, mostly black and red ware and white painted black and red ware pottery, and bead making industry. Odisha finds place in early farming culture, which is in Neolithic Chalcolithic phase India with the expansion of Kodavai Sasana on the bank of Mandakini in Khota district in the year 1991-92 by British. After that, this unearthed many cultural material which is focusing pottery related, wheel-made pottery and handmade pottery as well, with bone object and copper object and the settlement like circular huts and skeletal remains. Another Neolithic and Chalcolithic sites available in the western part of Odisha has been discovered by Kerala in 1997. But after that, there is not much work is done in like in Neolithic, Chalcolithic pattern. But in the recent, but in recent there is in recent time there is a lot of basically in coastal Odisha region, lot of Chalcolithic sites have been explored and excavated by different scholars and institutions. Like Anand Behra, Dr. Anand Behra, assistant professor of Utkal University, has explored large number of Chalcolithic sites, which is started in new thinking about the visiting this area, and after that there is a large number of sites excavated. Initiative taken by Ravi Mohanty sir, Maisa sir, and Deccan College, and also Umakan Mishra of College, Vedanta University. So there is some of the sites like Gurbai Sasan, Bambrahari Rajput, Swarboli, and Manupiguda and Deltiguda, which is excavated at the same time. The excavations unearthed ceramic assemblies, like all these excavated sites of Neolithic Chalcolithic has unearthed ceramic assemblies like burnished ware, black-handed ware, burnished black ware with ochre painting, red sleeve ware and odd interest ware, and red ware with illuminated ceramic varieties Chalcolithic shapes including face, laid out trim and triangling, long leg ware with the symbol. The recent work in Neolithic Chalcolithic community of coastal Odisha context has been produced a huge number of ceramic types. There is not any extensive study on the basis of typologically and technological aspect. So in this paper, I am just a primary attempt to the categorize the typologically some of the major ceramic types and their decorative relatives. Contextualizing the early farming culture of coastal Odisha, archaeological excavation at Golobai Sasam by J.K. Sinha has been given the earliest Neolithic culture in the coastal Odisha. Gopalpur, another similar cultural site to Golobai located in Mayagढ़ district, which has been explored and some of the material collected by Sri Kara, Susan Karasai, and similar to the Golobai Sasam, the ceramic assemblies of the site in black varnish ware, chocolate ware, and hickory ware with the great use of vertical like the Egyptian sand and lead. Mangohari Rajpuri, another important site in Puri district excavated by Ketebasa and Arki Mohanty, which is unearthed material remains belong to Neolithic and Chalcolithic period. And the pottery types such as odd interest ware and varnish ware, perforated ware, dotted ware, black and red ware. Small scale excavation of Deltiguda equipment. I am just focusing the small scale because Deltiguda is a huge two mounds and the excavation conducted in a small area. This is a large number of material remains and bead manufacturing industry also there. So that's why I call it a small excavation. But the huge material culture is similar to the Golobai and the Mangohari food. In the systems, Swarboli in Piduli district, Piduli block, Piduli district has been mostly extensively excavated and understood by ASI that offer best evidence of early farming settlement in this area and Chalcolithic finds in this variety of varnished and decorated pottery type. Also because another small mound in Kota district recently excavated by Shantanu Vaigar in 1920 has revealed typical Chalcolithic material remains similar to material culture of other Chalcolithic sites of coastal Odisha. This is the map of coastal Odisha showing some of the sites and which are explored and excavated within the recent period. Typologically analysis Chalcolithic material coastal Odisha. Typologically, Chalcolithic material coastal Odisha largely categorized in five basic types such as cord, mat and reed interest ware, black and red ware, varnished ware, red sleeve ware and plain red ware based on surface treatment and fluid color changes of fire. Use the fundamental ware have been divided in specific variation. First one is odd interest ware. Odd interest pottery is one of the common pottery in Neolithic and Chalcolithic culture in India. It goes in the coastal Odisha Neolithic culture. Notice a good number of this type of pottery, both handmade and wheel-made, with treated and untreated variety. Odd interest pottery refers to pottery that impression made by God usually on the outer surface. Their impression can be made intentionally or a decorative pattern using paddle waved with a cord, or they can be occur naturally with setting the fort with the god being battle while the sitting leatherhead condition. The impression can be seen as either decorative or simply part of the pointing process, and they may be also serve as a functional cost. To make hitting sticky clay easier, god are wrapped around the battle as a result, that it will not adhere to the clay. These are some of the specimens of God impress ware. The first picture is the Mangaharirajpur God impress bottle with the handmade types, and the second picture is showing is the Asura God impress ware with the both treated and untreated variety, and the third one is the identified red impress ware, and here the group of pictures is some of the handmade and both homemade type. And this picture is, I am going to see that this is a type of picture. I am calling it some of the cloth impress, because the impression is like some part of the cloth impressed on the body. And this is a big burial pot which we revealed in the excavation of the Itihuda. This is the part of God impressed. The entire body was dead. Then black and red ware. Black and red ware is typically associated with the Chalcolithic, megalithic, and Iron Age culture in Indian subcontinent. We were initially described in India in 1945 under the name black and red ware. The term black and red refer to the type of body that has been red coated on the outer and black coating on the inside. This effect is achieved through the firing process that use same sleeve to product two different color. Archaeologists in India commonly rely on the inverted firing technique. This involves exposing the lower portion of inner part to the flame communicable material, resulting in those area turning black, the top of what oxidized and turned red while exposing the area to air. The black and red ware was the major component of the Odisha Chalcolithic, primarily found in plain variety with both fine and coarse grain. It has been identified in the Middle Mahanadi Valley as a painted variety similar to Deccan and or Manas Chalcolithic culture. The black and red ware was widely found in various forms and styles different in Chalcolithic sites and coastal Odisha. Its surface can be treated differently, such sleek and varnished or untreated. Its interior and exterior surface treated with silicon and varnish. The interior of both for varnish and a black surface, while exterior was treated with a thick varnished gray surface. The step, including bows, rotor base, and a tumbler, is there with the cadaver. These are the some specimens of black and red ware. This is the Deltihoda black and red ware body, and some of the Mangohari Rajput, and this is one of the Swagari. This is the four-leg quadruped bot base of four-leg bot, also a black and red ware. Made well lubricated and clear varnish with thick layer of sleeve. Horizontal varnishing has been resulted bright lustrous surface. Sleeve were applied in the both sides of the pot. It can be divided into three major categories: red varnish, black varnish, and chocolate varnish. The first one is referred to the sturdy fabric, appears to be self-sleeve and is made using technique called wheel turning. This fabric is then hard fire. With the neat observation of surface, you would notice that the embedded this sleeve which is being hard processed into the core, which might be self-sleeve with a weight and or by any other material with pattern touch. The second type of black and varnish ware is found in the form of shining and black surface. These are some of the type of red varnish and chocolate varnish ware and the black varnish. The black varnish, most of the black varnish ware is found with painted or ochre color paintings. These are the ochre color painting of the black varnish ware. A leg of a bird and a natural painting and a geometrical pattern also. So this is the picture of red sleeve ware. Red sleeve is the pattern depicted with after the finishing the pot, they are dumping from the solution of sleep. Then the plain redware is another major finding in Chalcolithic culture, which is various colors such as tan, orange, yellow, and light green. The plain redware encountered in the excavation exposed site of Odisha is commonly assembled on the Chalcolithic period, but also excavation and exploration such as Golobai, Bombay, Rajput, Diltiura, Surabaya, Bhatimunda, Usura, and Maharuda is also coastal, find similar type of texture and redware pottery. The redware pottery Chalcolithic Odisha can be divided into three categories: redware, redware, and redware. The color of this kind of pottery depends on the nature of firing. The fabric of pottery may be dark brown, maybe the closer to the surface. Sometimes, due to oxidation, the fabric may be darker, and the case upon firing killing or in fire. The section may be appear red while the control firing will go may be in color for the red and particular. These are the different varieties of redware, and most of the redware have been decorated badly. Then there is the decorative motif of Chalcolithic pottery. The decoration found in Chalcolithic ceramic Odisha can be divided into three categories: painted decoration, incision size decoration, and applique decoration. Painted and incision decoration can be classified into geometric and non-geometric pottery. Decorated ceramic assemblage of Bombay section are mostly incised and very rarely painted in upper color and in black color. The incision variety of geometric and non-geometric patterns of inclusion of are found mostly executed before applying any treatment like glass slip and body. The major Chalcolithic sites such as Archaeological, Rajput, Diltiura, Surabaya, coastal Odisha have revealed a good number of decorative pottery, both painted and incision. Decorations over the ceramic above mentioned Chalcolithic sites of Odisha is mostly inside decoration, rarely painted with geometric and non-geometric. Incision and impression decoration geometrical pattern like horizontal, vertical, circular, and the geometrical weaving. The painted decoration, ochre color painting, and black slip varnish were widely played in the Odisha Chalcolithic culture. Historically, Suburia, Komorpada, and Komatsinga is Western Odisha major Chalcolithic settlement developed similar type of decorative works are both painted and incision. The unique example of Chalcolithic characteristic Chalcolithic hands, white painted black and red pottery can be discovered in the Lothal rock and similar in Kaka. The white painted black and red are which are key element of pottery of Deccan Chalcolithic culture, Ahorman culture, Rajasthan, and will be discovered site in Western Odisha, mentioned in the addition to the henna in the bank of river Sundara in the Odisha east of the Brahmaputra. The excavated sites Diltiura revealed both painted and plain decorations painted in the white painting. Excavated sites Diltiura revealed white painting. This is the picture of Diltiura white painted pottery, but the pattern is different from the other Chalcolithic sites like black and red or white painting, but this is in the red or pottery. And these are the upper color painting with a lake of a bird and a solar pattern also. And black on red painting also, and some of the incision and some decoration. Then the study conclusion, the study mainly provided a detailed typological analysis of ceramic of photographs and Chalcolithic culture. The study suggested that the ceramic assemblies of different independent culture sites similar to typological aspect. Very few changes were noticed in surface treatment of shape and some pottery Diltiura compared to the ceramic of Golobai. There are clear distinction noticed between black and red pottery between Australia and coastal Odisha. The white painted black and red pottery is commonly absent in coastal Odisha, and it was large in Indian ocean part of Odisha. Diltiura is only Chalcolithic of white painted red pottery was first noticed in coastal Odisha. Thank you.
Thank you. You have did a good work about the classification of pottery ceramics found in the Chalcolithic context. Okay, but you lot of time. Now we'll start the next session about Iron Age and early history of Odisha. And will chair the session. आपको करे chair. Yes, I invite Nikisa to chair the session.
Hello, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Respected Basa sir and senior scholars and students. This session started the Iron Age and early historical Odisha. The invention of iron brought to the second urbanization, and then there are so many things we have to, while doing study, we have to observe so many things. These uh, dynasties related to who was the responsible for constructing these early settlements, early historical sites, and along with so many there are trade contacts are there, Roman contacts are there, and the growth of this religion, this Jainism, Buddhism, and Brahmanism. Also related to uh, their structures. While doing the study, we also uh, tally with the ethnographic data with the sites, both tangible and intangible. So in this session, uh, I welcome Mr. Shakir Hussain, Assistant Professor, Government Degree College, Sundargarh, settlement pattern of Iron Age and early historic cities in the middle Mahanadi Valley region of Odisha. Welcome.
Good afternoon, all of you. Respected Professor Basasa, my teachers, dignitaries, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I am very much thankful to the Ravinsa University for inviting me to deliver this lecture on settlement archaeology of Iron Age and early historic period of Middle Mahanadi. Besides settlement, I just included another topic, that is material culture also, because without material culture it is not possible to understand the settlement better or how particular culture is. This is one of the because of the technical errors. I think the pictures are not very much clear as I was looking at the laptop. It is a general overview of the middle part of the Mahanadi, which is started from Chhattisgarh area, and after crossing Pikakara, it became the lower part of which is called as the Delta region after Mangi. As far as the history of the investigation of this particular area is concerned, we have to first give the credit to Adi Dynasty, who reported the Asur sites in 1929 when he was visiting the abstract of both, and then he wrote something about the Asur and a few lines on Manamudra and some temples like Nandarari gave us that star mark and so both. That was the initial beginning when this archaeological events were highlighted, very small scale manner. But after a long back, around 50 years, when Professor Sahu, Namin Kumar Sahu, he wants to excavate Manamudra, and actually the excavation was carried out with the encouragement of Professor Muhammad, who was searching for something in the eastern part of the Jabalpur, as well as his books, Ramayana, the myth and reality. Unfortunately, we don't get any Lanka in Odisha, but fortunately, we were in the city of early history period, which had at least dating back 2000 years back. Then again, after 20 years, no such work had been taken by animals. And when in 1995-96, Professor Sadasiv Sudhana, Professor P.K. Bera, they started working on commercial mining. That was another beginning of the archaeological researches in the middle part of the Mahan. And that research was particularly taken in continuation of the iniquities found in Mananunda to trace the material remains in and around Mananunda. And just before then, Dr. S.P. Oda in 1981 to 84 for his doctoral work, he put out some few sites like in the Khatri, the Girishus, and other minor tributaries of the Mahanadi. Then, as far as the iron structure is concerned, without the name of the discussion, I'm going to go ahead. When he put it, the iron is in full basis. But as we see in several articles of Professor Basasa, that he very frequently raises the question about the issue of iron. And when after Golbai this particular issue was taken up in the middle part of Mahanadi, we came to know about a series of sites along the dates, not only sites, there are several dates, and I am very happy to say that today we have more than 50 dates of iron sculptures, and as we are going to discuss about more iron sculptures, then subsequently we will be leading in the early period and subsequent period of time. That this area in the iron 200 kilometers don't have any source of iron. That is the interesting part. But the peoples who have inhabited here since Neolithic onwards, urban settlements have been dated, and till today we do not know missing area of this land. We have several cases of iron culture with different types of technology that need to be studied in future. But a number of settlements and approximately those mostly located in Mahanadi and Tete, about 130 sites have been analyzed during my doctoral work, which is a part of which study is going to be shown today. As far as the dates are concerned, the earliest date that we have in Mahanadi, that is 1620 from Musika, but I am not considering that not because that one of the rare date that need to be dated and that we need support from further dates or some conservative dates are required to prove that theory. But the majority of dates are coming that is between 1180 to 468. That is from continuation 1180 and that is 468 from the 11th world or minus from Parmanas. And maximum dates are 900 to 600. Now, these are the 19 excavated sites from the Mahanadi realizations from Neolithic onwards of the early periods, including several big activity centers, and the distributions of the early settlements, except the excavated sites in the middle of Mahanadi. This is the general chronology of the major excavated sites. So we have from Neolithic onwards, the sites of Chalcolithic islands and early culture there. So we don't have any major disruption. We don't have any major gap between the cultural regions of the particularly this part of the India. That is middle Mahanadi. As per the chronological development is concerned, so although very rare, rarely Neolithic sites are excavated, but most of this is Iron Age sites. We dated between 900 to 600, and if we put in here in Mahanadi, when we pattern in chronological context, but due to lack of the studies in the around 9 areas of the Mahanadi, particularly in Chhattisgarh area, in Jharkhand, and also in the southern part of Delhi. We don't have any much detailed work related as we have in Mahanadi. So when we get a better picture from these neighboring areas, we will put the Odisha chronology better way to in pan Indian context. It's a preliminary attempt. So now I am went into the direct topic, that is islands and associated island early. Based on the excavated means available carbon and AS dates, the detailed analysis of the archaeological materials mostly represented by the ceramics. We have three different stages of the islands in middle part of the Mahanadi. That is phase 1 early, phase 2 middle, and phase 3 that is late. As per the first phase islands culture is concerned, from excavations, excavated sites of Sri Lanka, Kapasira, Kantikesha, Sulia, these sites represent the earliest evidences of the island, and one of the most interesting of islands career or early record of the island culture in Mahanadi is that in many sites across the particularly Ahar, Middle Bangladesh, and also in Mahanadi, mostly the white-painted black and is the diagnostic ceramic. Interesting thing is that in the middle part of the Mahanadi, this particular diagnostic ceramic is also represented in the early part of the islands. Because the only addition to this, the existing Chalcolithic culture is the inclusion of the iron. So the issue whether iron is associated with the white and black and because already Ahar, phase 1B and 1C, as I reported it, iron was there, but it was excluded. So it is not from one side or two sides, we have from 3 to 4 sides. And being proper chronology, we have plenty number of iron objects from the white painted black and culture that particular area. Now, the prominent ceramics, there are multiple colors from red steel, whether 5.1 to the detailed coloring, but whether the different colors. Black and leather, there are different types of technology were included, but most of the ceramics of the early phase and particularly the second phase, phase 2, the ceramics, red steel, black steel, and black and red, they were highly varnished. Except red, all photos were varnished in the island part of the islands. Again, the picture is not clear. But the representative shapes from different ways. And when you are looking into ceramic types, because we are preparing an index of the ceramics to give you a clear picture, for that will be the support system for the people. Actually, since the last 1 week I have encountered so many news, so many posts that we have found Chalcolithic, islands, archaeology, but people there are lack of understanding about the identification of the ceramics. Because the export ceramics cannot be put into a particular geological context unless you have an excavated materials from that particular area. So in the analysis we are preparing an index of the excavated sites. So we will be helping for the subsequent scholars or the future scholars to identify the ceramics and other means to give a first hand chronology to their identified early explored materials. Now, there the white painted black and black steel from Kapasira, the number 21, 22, 23 of this particular is black steel and the rest of the black and red. Now, the first video is black and red, second one black steel, and red steel. All these are white painted. But what was their purpose and the other social issues that need to be identified and that need to be addressed? But that context should be in a different way. That need to be taken in a different way because of today we are only focusing on the material reasons. The general ceramics that is black on red. In the initial excavations, even Dr. Perani also said that person from communication discussed several times. He also said that although in earlier excavations he encountered several black on red ceramics in very mild proportions, but when he excavated Tapasya, because all these materials are coming from his excavated sites, I'm very much thankful for him to give me permission to work on it for my doctoral work. So Tapasya give me very good proportionate number of black and red, which are more akin to those types of technology. Now, these are the remaining antiquities from the early days of the Iranians, boulders, even that is the tank type of boulders particularly, because in commercial we have larger the length of one boulder in Chalcolithic is much larger than this particular tank type boulders. Phase 2 there was a development of the ceramics and other cultures, other contributions in the phase 2, particularly that aspect of the white printed black and red ware is proportionately less, that slipped ware is highly glazed, the ceramics are highly varnished, and the interesting part is that we collected both floral and faunal remains, which are very helpful to understand the African economy, and fortunately with the help of the Archaeological laboratory of the college, led by particularly the help from Pankaj, who helped us, and we are still working on several other sites, and but the important thing is that we don't have any record of the paleontological remains. We have submitted the data to the college, but since last 7 years we are waiting for the results. Now these are the resultant ceramics from the middle part of the island. Here there is the inclusion of stands, mostly stands. This is the proportion numbers are increased here. Then the quality of black and red in the earlier part, when you belong to the historically type of black and red, major part of the core. The only outer layer of the sleeve is only red, and besides all other black. But here we have the 50-50 proportions. And when we go to the early historic part, only the inner sleeve is black, and the rest one is red. So that kind of technologies need to be understood from the scientific test, but all these are the only first-hand observations from our preliminary observations. As for the number of shapes that is increased in the middle part of the island is concerned, the number of dishes have been increased. Several complete bowls, and particularly the bowls which have the collar type of rings. That is the new inclusion in this case. And this was started from the upper level of the early Iron Age, and it is totally absent in the late phase. And in early history, we don't have any such type of remains. Now, stands. The number of stands are mostly represented in black slate ware and red slate ware. Besides, we have some perforated swords, but it is one of the rare species from. This is the single pottery from the Kapasida only, but we have the lagged bowls. We have lagged vases, which is mostly one type of megalithic fabric, which are coming from South India. We have similar types of other lagged vessels from this middle place. Now these are the representative varieties of ceramics from red slate ware, and the numbers of types is increased. Very soon we will happy to share the booklets in the hard copy, and if the catalog will prepare very soon, it will be helpful for all of you to identify whether which type of ceramics are coming from which type of which area, actually which cultural ages. These are the representatives mostly in the red ware, particularly in the second phase of the Iron Age. We have the large size of the storage. These ceramics are mostly used for the storage purposes. Besides, except few small bowls and small vases, handles. Now, it is one of the interesting things is that if that picture will be clear, you might come to know that in the second phase of the Iron Age, it may be one of the important social issues, because the use of red ochre is a very important one, because you will find red ochre in the rock art paintings. You will find the red ochre even today in the tribal context of several African tribes, And the use of ochre in the houses is very important today also in our house. So the use of ochre in our family members and in our different works, it is starting from the prehistoric period. And the peoples, they are using the ochres in the post-firing stage. These ceramics, the applications of ochre in the post-firing stage of the particularly on black and red ware and black slate ware. It is a great issue to need to be identified why such type of things were happening. Again, different decorative elements. We have several decorative elements from the middle phase. And the most interesting one, the script. Mostly people identify the graffiti as the script, but we don't want to claim as the script. We have several letters, we have several symbols, particularly we can call it as the symbols. Maximum we have 4 symbols in consecutive manners, so we cannot identify what actually it is, but it must be one type of identifications to the particular ceramics. Because in each type of ceramics, there are different types of symbols, which you can include. You can say it swastika because we don't know whether those people said it as a swastika or not, but we have. And there is an interesting image of a dog or such type of animals in that black and red in the below. Now, in all these different, from all these 3 different phases, we have recorded different types of graffiti mark potteries in black slate ware, and black and red ware. Most graffiti marks are coming from the black and red ware. These are the images. And 2 other things that I want to again including here. From Kurumkadar, we have the evidence of the glass manufacturing activities. Although we have the evidence of iron smelting from several excavated sites, but it is one of the rare examples that glass manufacturing was started somewhere from 700 or 750 years BC. Now, the third case, it can be considered as a degrading, as a nature of the ceramics, the high slit and the varnished quality of pottery are missing here. Again, the texture and the nature of the ceramics, which was the glazed type of ceramics, it is totally missing here. And what is actually the new feature, we can see the megalithic type of ceramics and the inclusion of the megaliths. Because from the excavation of Amudda, within the trench we have found the circular megaliths from this case. And when we surveyed again, we have more than 17 megalithic sites in and around of that particular site. And when we recorded Middle Mahanadi Valley, we have 53 megalithic remains from in and around, which context is need to be yet fixed. These are the late potteries in the late phase. All black and red ware, black slate ware, the pictures are not so clear to identify them here. Now, again, another new feature which have been started from this particular phase around 400 BC or 450 BC, that is the black slate with a knob, black slate bowl or a black slate dish with a central knob with central rings, and people mostly call it as a knob ware. We have several few ceramics which contain the graffiti marks in the third phase also. But again, from Kapasira and Manamunda, so but mostly the terracotta figurines of animals and humans have been found from Manamunda and Amunda, Kapasira. In the below there is a figure of a dice, that is bone dice from Kapasira, which have been collected from during the excavation. From excavation of Amutta, we have within the trench. Fortunately, we got a circle of megalithic circle, and when we go beyond after excavating that, we have a ceramic pot between inside that one, and we don't have any bone remains from there. But when we explore the area here nearby, we came to know about several megalithic remains, particularly represented by the capstones and menhirs. Within the site, that is the site of the Amudda, and just beyond, after that site, there is the river Mahanadi. It is on the right hand, where several peoples, particularly most probably used by the Iranian peoples for grinding purposes, probably. There is a question mark. Then the interesting part is that these Iron Age cultures were subsequently developed into the early historic period, and this area provides a very suitable nature of subsistence type of economy to the peoples, and it provides a favorable environment for the peoples to develop themselves. Besides the agricultural economy, they have also the trade and craftsmanship, because already I have said iron smelting was there, glass manufacturing was there, but when we enter into the early history period, we have from several sites and the examples of the preparation of semi-precious and precious types of bead manufacturing workshops. As we know, the area is located, the middle part of the Mahanadi is located on the northern fringes of the Eastern Ghat, which is very rich in the gemstones. And it was also in question that probably this area was attacked by several peoples for extracting and exploiting the natural resources, particularly the gemstones. And we came to know, encountered about several sites from where the manufacturing of the beads was carried out. Besides, there was the introduction of the foot building technology. Fortified settlements have been introduced for the first time in this area, and among them the leading one are the Barmala Surgar, Tarapurgar, Barpali Asurgar, Manamunda Asurgar. The concept of Asurgar is very also an important one which we have discussed in several other places many times. Now, another important introduction of the circular fortification in this area. This is Tarapurgar, and I have included two pictures. The first picture is before 2013, another is after 2013. Last is some people are discussing about the vandalism and the site destruction process. It is one of the best example of the site destruction process in India by the government agencies. By the state government, if a ground was constructed within the archaeological site, though there are several vacant areas in and around, and we lost forever. This is the site of the Barpali Asurgar, which have been recently excavated by the Gangadhar University, and they have found very interesting results regarding the early historic period. Now, this is another site, but it is less highlighted and less focused site. In the last archaeological seminar in 15-16 November, I also discussed on Rampur Asurgarh, because the central part is still intact. It needs to be excavated before it will be again destroyed forever. Again, as per the early historic period is concerned, the late phase of the Iron Age, majority of the materials were continued, besides the inclusion of some major ceramic types, which have been reported from the middle Mahanadi area. Now, again, those knobware which have been found from the late phase of Iron Age, they were those ceramics have not have been highly finished, but the ceramics of knobware of the early historic periods are highly glazed, and they are more sturdy in comparison to the earlier one. Then the semi-precious, as we have reported several manufacturing centers, as I told, and two of them which have been represented types, that is the Vadamala Surgar and the Bhutia Bali, from where we have collected plenty numbers, thousands and thousands numbers of debitors of semi-precious and precious stone. These are some of the raw materials, and these are the finished bits. Due to this color, it is not looking good, but when you will look into better projector, it will give you a better idea about the morphology and other nature of the material events. This is the seal from the Manamunda Asurgarh. Now, as per the settlement pattern is concerned, from Iron Age to the early historic period, the number of sites have been increased in the middle Mahanadi Valley, and we have a hierarchy of sites about in relation to its size. And the maximum, the largest site is about 10 actors which have been reported. It is Manamunda and Tarapur River. Now, as per these are the Iron Age settlements which have been located in the middle Mahanadi Valley. And when we saw the introduction of the food technology, the fortifications, we can see the concentration of the fortifications in the middle part of the Mahanadi. When there are linear the image in the coastal belt. There are concentration of settlements, particularly in middle Mahanadi, and from up to the number 17, that is Kutragar, reported by Dr. Bandai. We have several numbers of settlements in the Tel and Mahanadi Valley. Now, this is the picture of the overall settlements located in the middle part, and when we see there are different clusters of settlements in the Mahanadi. And when we analyze these settlements in micro levels, there are several differences among in the metro remains of one area to the another area. In the micro study, when we entered, the work is going on, and when we look into the lower part, that Conticulesar and other area that is lower cluster there, those ceramics are totally missing in the Manamunda area and in Tarapur area. Even the ceramics of the tributaries are not so highly, those are not highly glazed or studied in comparison to the main rivers sites. As per the subsistence economy, they were mostly depending upon the hunting, gathering, fishing, farming, as we know. And as per from the scientific evidences, these are. I'm just skipping. These are the reports prepared by the Pankaj Goyal when he identified the faunal remains from the Iron Age cultures, and Professor Badam, he identified the faunal remains of the Chalcolithic periods. I don't want to waste much time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next scholar, Professor Baba Mishra, Bhavanipatna College, Archaeology of Ancient Metropolis of the Tel Valley, Odisha.
आपको बोलेले এটা করে খালি কিটা প্রেস করে দিলে না কাটটা করে দিলে এগুলো তলটাকে উপরটা কিন্তু এটা খালি আচ্ছা নেক্সট স্লাইড কিনটা দেখাবে এই দেখুন পাবো না এটা কি হলো
Esteemed Bhatha sir, chairperson of this session, my colleagues, my friends, students, and other participants. My topic is Archaeology of Ancient Metropolis of the Tel River Valley, Odisha. We heard so much about Tel Valley, Middle Tel Valley, Lower Tel Valley, and I don't like to dwell much time on this identification of Tel Valley. River Tel is the major tributary of River Mahanadi, and it rises from Tarapur near Kudagar of undivided Korapur, particularly near Nabarangpur. Thereafter it flows towards Devbhog and enters into Kolahan district. From Devbhog to Kolahandi, it forms the upper part of the valley. Then from Kolahandi up to Bolangir, Tusra and Khadligarh, this particular space has been known as Middle Mahanadi. Then from Khadligarh, Tusra, up to Sonpur, Baud. This has been earmarked as low tell value. C. Elliott, the Lieutenant Governor of Nagpur, has mentioned that River Tail covers 150 miles from its origin place up to River Mahanadi. It was during 1998 up to 2002, we have made a systematic survey of some of the major archaeological sites of the Tel Valley, particularly Asurgarh Narla, Budigarh, Kharligarh, then Manamunda Asurgarh, and later on Kudagarh, alias Puskari. The present paper is primarily based on three important fortified settlements like Asurgarh Narla, Kharligarh, and Kudagarh. However, before going to the core of the topic, it is also necessary to understand the theoretical aspect of urbanism or urbanization. Today in modern time, we have sufficient clue to identify a particular settlement, whether it belongs to municipality or corporation. But there was no such standard criteria for the identification of a settlement as whether urban or rural. Under such circumstances, different views have been prevailed by different authorities. Some believe that well-knit socio-cultural, political and economic consciousness of people living within a demarcated area have been hailed as urban characteristics in South Asia. On the other, Kumar Swamy, Datta, Roy David, and others, they believe on the traditional account of classical text, which has mentioned the contour of the city like fortified wall, bastion, moat, and others. In this context, another dimension Devangana Desai has added, that is the production of terracotta. If terracotta in a particular site are prolific, then certainly this was a urban settlement. Lastly, V.G. Chai has propounded 10 characteristics of urban centers like size and density, population structure, surplus production, monumental building, presence of ruling class, script and language, exact and predictive science like arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, development of art form like sculpture, painting, seal engraving, regular foreign trade over quite long distance, well-structured political organization, etc. These 10 characteristics of Chai has been also applied in early historic township of India. According to D.N. Tripathi, R.S. Sharma, and others, 10 characteristics of a urban center does not mean that this should be found always in identification of a site. Only few characteristics out of the 10, if available in a particular archaeological site, then it can be identified as urban. Similarly, another significant aspect is Durga. Durga term probably developed in the context of Odisha after the post-Gupta period, when the Rajput in early medieval time started to construct big forts, the concept of Durga came into existence and spread in Odisha also. However, in this context, we have also the treatise like the Arthashastra of Kautilya, where he has mentioned about the process of the construction and selection of Durga. That is, there are two chapters in the Arthashastra, Durga Vidhana and Durga Niyam. Anyway, a capital city, accordingly, must be surrounded by fortified wall, bastion, door, gate, and a moat, etc. When we consider these criteria, certainly Assurgarh Narla, Kharligarh, and Pudagarh comes to our limelight in Tel River Valley. Here, this is not visible clearly. I have shown Maraguda also, but ignored the discussion of Maraguda in the paper because Maraguda does not belong to Tel Valley. It belongs to Jonk River Valley or Mahanadi Valley. But it is very close to the Tel Valley. Similarly, in the case of Budigarh, Budigarh has revealed rich antiquities, but fortified wall is absent, indistinctive at Budigarh. Also the case of Manmunda Assurgarh. The mound which runs towards east and west cannot be a fortified wall. It is a mound because by the side of fortified wall, as in the case of Manmunda Assurgarh, you would not get a single piece of antiquity. I am sure I have examined the walls of Assurgarh and Kharligarh. Except fragmentary brick and stone, you will not get even a pottery piece. Therefore, Manmunda Assurgarh, the mound which many of the authors consider as the fortified wall, cannot be accepted. It was a mound. As such, only these three fortified walls, which are distinctive one at present, are in view. Another notable source of our information before going to archaeology are our epigraphic record, Chinese account, as well as the account of Jaina and Buddhist text, which mentions that there were many towns and metropolises in ancient Odisha, like Kanchanapura, like Sinhapura, Pithunda, Telitalu, Puskari, Saravapura, and even Kalinganagari, etc. In 1980, I remember R.N. Das had published a paper, Early Urban Centers of Odisha, in Odisha Historical Research Journal. Probably at present, up to now, I am thinking this is the first paper on urban centers of Odisha, because he has provided a systematic account from Sisupalgarh, Jaugarh, Assurgarh, then Kharligarh, not Budigarh of course, and Maraguda and other sites. There was no Radhanagar by 1980. Radhanagar came into focus after 1980, so R.N. Das has omitted it. Thereafter, little attempt was made in Odisha context to study the urban contour of different settlements. Pathasar, in one of his papers published in the felicitation volume of P.K. Mishra, I have read highlighted urbanization in early Odisha, like Sisupalgarh, Assurgarh, Jaugarh, etc., etc. Anyway, without losing much time, let me start from Assurgarh Narla. It is located on the bank of river Sandul, and Assurgarh comprises fort area as well as civil township. It was reported in 1948 by S.N. Rajguru in Kalinga Historical Research Journal. Thereafter, in 1966, P.K. Deo classified 559 punch mark points recovered from Assurgarh Then thereafter in 1973, N.K. Sahu led some trenches at Asurgarh. The excavation of Sahu revealed the chronology of Asurgarh from 3rd century BCE up to 4th century, 5th century CE. Because in the excavation report of Sahu, he has mentioned that from the surface layer, he found a circular brick structure along with the ritual objects which he has identified as the temple of Tambeskari, and he assigned the date 5th century CE or AD. The excavation of Sahu has further revealed inferior variety of NBPW, knobware, highly polished blackware, red polished ware of oyster type, and many other potteries, ornaments, terracottas, iron objects, and others. And Sahu has postulated the chronology of Asurgarh from 3rd century BC up to 4th, 5th century AD. Thereafter, in 2018-19, D.V. Sadagar Naik of ASI excavated Asurgarh. He laid 20 trenches at a suitable place. And he has this is the outline of Asurgarh, which was drawn in 2001. Here we see that there are 4 gates inside the fort. Then outside the fort, there were settlements towards the south and towards the north, even towards the east, all along the big tank, that is the Asur Sagar, we come across large number of potteries in the village of Mandel, Rekpur, then Birat, Delhi, and many others. There was also watchtower on the bank of river Sandur nearby, and other watchtowers are omitted. We come across also 2 shrines on 2 corners of Asurgarh. One is at Delhi and another is at Balbatpur, where a life-size Vishnu icon is found. Anyway, coming to the excavation of ASI under the leadership of Godnaik, we see this is the watchtower on the bank of the river Sandul of Asurgarh, circular brick plinth whose diameter is 40 feet, and this is another Kharligarh. However, coming to the latest excavation, we see that there are many C14 dates as well as the calibrated dates such as 800, that 800, I cannot immediately trace. 899 calibrated each, yes. No, not Kharligarh, but Asurgarh. So the excavation further reveals the early historic period from 3rd, 4th century BC to from 3rd century BCE to 4th century CE. And this was also the urban phase of Asurgarh. Although Asurgarh started from Iron Age, and there is the carbon dating of Iron Age there, this impregnable fortification was the hub of the Atomicus, and later on it became the center of Mahakanta, as has been postulated previously by N.K. Sahu. Probably the Allahabad Prasasti, which reveals that Samudragupta, after invasion, after attacking South Kosala, where he defeated King Mahendra, he attacked Mahakanta. Vyagraraj was the chieftain, and he sustained defeat of in the hand of the Gupta monarch and recognized his paramountcy. Thus, Asurgarh and its layout was certainly betokened metropolitan status, and it may be provisionally the capital city of Vyagraraj, who exercised sword with the Gupta Emperor Samudragupta in 4th century CE. Coming to Kharligarh, we see this is another remarkable fort located near the confluence of two rivers, River Tel and the River Rahul. There is a horseshoe shape of land where the fort was built. The inner area of the fort, as per the measurement, is 18 hectares of land, and the River Rahul encircles the fort in the shape of U of English alphabet before joining with River Tel at a distance of half kilometer from the fort site. Previously, P.C. Ratha laid down some trenches at Kharligarh. This is the satellite image of Kharligarh, and we have also it is not visible. We have also draw its line drawing we have also made, where we see that on three sides of Asurgarh, it is the River Rahul which encircles in U shape. On one side, that is toward the west, a great wall, brick wall was constructed, whose dimension is 40 meter into 25 meter into 12 meter at present. And there is only one gate on this in the middle of this wall. And the contour of Kharligarh very well suggests the analogies of Dandaka plan of the Vedic village provided by Havel in 1972, according to which there was a Rajamarga, King's Street, and after the Rajamarga there were the streets of the public or of the people. During 2002, Sadashiv Pradhan excavated Kharligarh, and he has revealed two occupational periods, like period 1 from 200 BC to 200 AD, and period 2 from 200 AD to 400 AD. Thank you. Last. The fort of Kharligarh has been surrounded by a cluster of archaeological sites. All along the bank of River Rahul, as well as the Kharag, we come across early historic antiquities. Besides prehistoric antiquity, the site also, or its periphery also revealed the ruined temples of early medieval period. I remember when the excavation of Sadashiv was going on, one day we undertook exploration along the bank of River Rahul. We covered on both banks about 10 kilometers through walking, during which we found not less than 9 to 11 ruined temple structure besides many archaeological settlements of early historic period. So Khorligarh appears another metropolitan center, another metropolis, and it may be tentatively identified as the capital of Purana kingdom, where was ruled Mantaraj, who also sustained defeat in the hand of Samudragupta during 4th century AD. Last is Pudagarh alias Puskari, belonging to Nabarangpur district, and it provides a different features. And for the first time, G. Ramdas identified Pudagarh with Puskari of epigraphic record. Later on, C.B. Patel did his PhD on this Nara stronghold and Nara rule over Korakura. Our survey of Pudagarh reveals that two types of settlement we notice here. One was the citadel site, another was the civil township. Citadel site is located on the top of a hill where we come across. This is the citadel area full of heap of brick and stone. Now on it is called Upar Pudagarh, and to climb this this is also the broken rampant around this citadel. This is the staircase towards the south of this citadel. From the surface up to the top of the citadel, another staircase was towards the west north corner. This is flanked by stone walls. These are the antiquities, few antiquities of Pudagarh we found: potteries, RW and BRW, terracotta humped bull, animal head and human legs. These are the stone tools found near the citadel. This is the most significant epigraphic record of Odishan epigraph. Our friend Subrata is absent. This was the mutilated stone inscription of Raja Skandavarman of Nala dynasty. It has been found as such in the Upar Pudagarh near the citadel. This was the picture of 2006, when again I visited the site in 2012 or 13. I found that the alphabets are not at all visible. It is covered by a green cover, that is what we call in Odia Suri. And this remains without preservation. Lower township of Pudagarh similarly reveals many things like semi-precious stone beads, hundreds of hero and Sati stones, the early image of Vishnu, Bhairava, and the early one-chambered shrine, stone shrines at Pudagarh. So Pudagarh has been rightly called as the capital city of the North. Thank you very much. With this, I will conclude the paper. Thanks to the organizing committee of Advanced Archaeology in Recent Perspectives for giving me an opportunity to discuss, to highlight my paper, that is the Metropolis of Ancient Tell Valley. Thank you.
Next caller, Swarita Nayak, Lecturer, Department of History, Salehpur College. Archaeology of Radhanagar, a study of Buddhism, trade and urbanism.
Open with. PDF Good afternoon to one and all presented over here, esteemed chairperson, respected all the delegates, research scholar, and dear students. My name is Shaitan Naik and I am going to present the topic Archaeology of Radhanagar, a study of Buddhism, trade and urbanism. Archaeology of Radhanagar. Radhanagar is a site, is a early Buddhist site of fortification located in the Dharmashala area of Jajpur district, and it is the site combination of religion, trade and urbanism. This site time frame is goes back to 4th century BC to 3rd century CE. The region of Dharmashala is dotted with a number of Buddhist sites like Langudi, Kayama, Tarapur, Deuri, Neurapur, Vajragir, etc. But Radhanagar is the only site. It is the urban site, but the peripheral site is Deuri, like Tarapur. It is the rural-based site. The site Radhanagar was brought to limelight by post of the scholar like Behera, Pradhan, Mishra, Yul, and some others before taking up large-scale excavation by OIMACES from 2010 to 2013. Now, the retrieved material culture has been analyzed and the site got its AMS dates from Beta Laboratory from 4th century BC to 3rd century CE. A review is made in this paper with some new aspects taking evidence from excavated materials as well linking other contemporary Buddhist sites from East Odisha to North Andhra Pradesh. This is the location of Radhanagar site, and the site is situated with the peripheral rural-based site like Kayama and Langudi. Early Buddhism, the Buddhist settlements represent the first organized human activities that narrates the growth of civilization soon after the Iron Age. From 3rd century BC onwards, Buddhist sites were developed in almost all parts of the Indian subcontinent, even beyond in Sri Lanka under Mauryan Emperor Ashoka. The Buddhist settlements throughout historical period grown in India with patronization of emperors, traders, monks, and merchants. I actually say about this site that the various types of archaeological materials find from these sites which narrates and which connects the religion with the trade and urbanism. It may be recalled the remarks of Charles Fabry, famous art historian, said, every find of the first 6 centuries AD in Odisha is Buddhist, with a few Jain images making a small exception. The eminent art historian Susan L. Huntington, in his monumental work, The Art of Ancient in India, in this book, he points out that the Buddhist art of Odisha is one of the least studied subjects of all South Asian art, in spite of the fact that archaeological the region enormously rich in this material, which was found the excavated sites from Odisha. Buddhism at Radhanagar. The earliest phase of the site so far dated to 4th century BC. I have been already said that the dating from the carbon dating AMS date from laboratory beta, the site goes back to the 4th century BC to 3rd century AD. Almost all the antiquities of the site belong to Buddhism, although there was no such super monastery, but the terracotta objects all are belong to Buddhism. It is out of a Buddhist settlement site, perhaps supported by royal patronage, which accelerated the growth of the site. Number of inscriptions are reported to have found from the site, such as the Sadhavutisa, Devyanagara, Vijaya, along with the Buddha head and the lion and the terracotta images are found in the site, and the inscription which have written in Brahmi script and other some Sankha lipi also found in the site. The site is associated with the section of the historical point of view. The Radhanagar settlement is connected with the religion, trade and urbanism, trade and development of settlement. These are the inscriptions. The first one is the ceilings and the second two is the seal. With the first one is the Sadhavutisa, the second is the Vijaya, and the number third is the Devaya Nagara. These are the terracotta objects which have been found from Radhanagar site. The first is a three-headed elephant head, the bull figure, the lion figure, and some rubber and the Buddhist mold figure. These are the terracotta objects which have been connected with the figure of a snake, and the earliest time the image of an Nagas are associated with Buddhism. These are the terracotta objects relating to Buddhism. These are the pendants. The first one is the Sri, and the second one is the pendant. The third one is the elephant-headed pendant, and the fourth is the three ratna-headed pendant and three ratna pendant. These are the bangles which have been found from the Radhanagar sites. The second point is the trade. Some of the contemporary sites of Radhanagar are Lalitagiri, Dhauli, Oragarh, Salihundam, Dantapuram, Thatalkonda and Bhabikonda. All these sites and settlements were contagiously developed in the region of ancient Kalinga, precisely early Odisha. When we study in context, number of historical outcomes are striking, as Radhanagar is not an isolated site. It had its broad network of other rural and pilgrim sites around and far beyond. It is well-laid fortified sites having 940 meter into 780 meter of oval shape of fortification with gates and watchtowers, which is certainly an urban character. The residents of Radhanagar would have been constant interaction with the contemporary Buddhist sites of India, because it is the general trend of the Buddhist monks that they pay visit to other Buddhist sites, for which they use sprinklers for taking sacred water from one side to another. These are the coins which have been found from these sites. These are the punchmark coins, silver and copper coins, Kushan gold copper coins prove the trade, exchange and monetary economy of the site. These are the terracotta ornaments. Mostly these are the ear studs which have been used, the people using in the Radhanagar sites. These are the pottery and the ceramic evidence which have been found in the Radhanagar site. Pottery or ceramic remains like NBP, roulated and knobbed red slip ware are the ornaments and the trade contact. The first one is the BRW black and red ware pottery, northern black polished ware, red decorated pottery, red sleeved ware, roulated ware, and the knobbed ware. Terracotta Roman bulle, beads of stones, agate and cornelian proved another evidence of a trade contact of inter-regional interaction. The first evidence is Roman bulle. From this evidence, we assure that the trade contacts of Roman with Odisha, we define the evidence that the trade contact in that time was prevalent in the Odisha. These are the sites in the east Odisha, to the north Andhra Pradesh. Buddhist sites in eastern India, and a communication network with all the trade routes of India. These are the Kayama, Radhanagar, Landoli, the earliest settlement, the culture complex, the Buddhist culture complex. All these three sites are contemporary and in one region, making one zone. This is the aerial photography of Radhanagar site. Excavated structures including 33 courses of brick walls, a massive wall on the projection northwestern Mauryan Kushan period. Excavated brick structures were found from the Radhanagar site, streets and houses of urban character. Excavated Mauryan brick structure, facades of urban center. From these excavated brick walls, we assure that the urban center existed during that time. Material objects used by the urbanized community of Radhanagar during 4th century BC to 4th century CE. Incidentally, good number of Buddhist settlements in these areas provides continuous interaction among settlements, which are also reflected in the religion, art and architecture combined with trade social development. Conclusion, early strata black and red were 4th century BC to 3rd century CE. Entrance or gateway to the site's southern fortification. Epigraphical remains paleographically goes back to 1st and 2nd century BC. Only habitation site in the midst large concentration of Buddhist religious sites in between Mahanadi Brahmani Valley. Huge collection of varied pottery, coins, terracotta ornaments, figurines, unique in India. Cultural deposits so far ranges from Maurya to pre-Gupta. The number 7 is one of the earliest fort site in India. Next point is contextual study with similar other urban Buddhist sites of eastern India like Chandraketiwada in West Bengal, Mahastan in Bangladesh, Dantapuram, Andhra Pradesh is under progress. These are the chart title. I am very much thankful to Dr. Ashok Patel, Dr. J.K. Patnaik, Dr. S.K. Patnaik, Professor Upinder Singh, Professor Jayanti Dora, Professor Sanjay Acharya, Sri D.C. Pradhan, Dr. Balaram Tripathi, Sri Kailash Bhoi and staff of the OMISS who have helped me in various ways to work in the field of earliest historic archaeology and shared their valuable inputs in the fields as well as at the institute. I am also grateful to Dr. Umakanta Mishra and all the office bearers of Odisha History Congress who allowed me to present this paper on behalf of Odisha History Congress. I am very much obliged to Dr. Sangeeta Mishra, the principal and the history faculty members of Salib Autonomous College. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, next scholar Shikhasri Rai.
Esteemed dignitaries and all the delegates present over here, myself Dr. Shikhasri Rai. I am going to present not any research topic. This is not any research topic. On the behalf of Fakir Mohun University, we were assigned to document some of the sites in Baleshwar district, which is very less work has been done on the archaeological sites of Baleshwar. So in this process, we have come across some of the newly archaeological sites. Also, we have re-explored the already notified sites. And in this context, we have noticed some of the important information which has not been paid attention earlier. So that I am going to present over here before you, and for which I need the suggestions, and also my main motive is that to understand the real nature of the archaeological site, how the archaeological sites are has been the site has taken the shape. So basically, I have chosen the particular area just around the River Valley, which is the tributary of the Burhabalang. Baleshwar is situated on the bank of the Burhabalanga, and many mountains are also present here. So for that reason, we have started our work, especially near to our university. And there, only 3 kilometers away to Fakir University, we came across one of the site which is known as Kuarapura Mahal, and this is famous in the name of Blue Lake, as it is a picnic spot, and many visitors they come across this site and they enjoy there. So while we also have gone for the this very formal walk, that time we came across some of the prehistoric, especially the Paleolithic artifacts lying over the foothill and the foot slope of the hill. So we have gone on the top of the hill, and there we this is the location of the site. This is the Blue Lake, and this lake is famous in the name of Blue Lake, and on the back of this lake there is a mountain. So at the top of the site, this is the top of the site, and we had gone up to the complete top of the site, and there we came across some of this artifact lying in the 3 localities, one at the foot hill and at the foot top of the site. So there we collected around 40 artifacts, 40 stone implements, but among them only 14 artifacts was identified. And this project has been undertaken by me and my friend Dr. Somi Sengupta, and we came across a number of hand axes and steppers. These are the photographs of the tools, and on the basis of the tool types, this can be assumed that the site has been dominated by the late period of the Middle Paleolithic period, because we didn't get any type of lower Paleolithic as well as upper Paleolithic artifacts. But unfortunately, this is again a very means this is a mystery. Why this is a mystery? Because the site is completely disturbed by the local peoples, as they are continuously going there, doing the picnics, and also throwing the tools and the stones. So it is in this context, this is very difficult also to say the nature of the site. But however, we are also working on this topic. Dr. Somi Sengupta is trying to identify the geomorphological context as well as the stratigraphic context in order to understand the nature of the site. And this site is the first time, this is the first site, Paleolithic site so far discovered in the Baleshwar district. Next is site of Rana site, and this is a reported site. First time it was reported by Dr. Anam Behera sir, and after that I visited again to the site to understand the nature of the site, because that time already Durga Devi was under excavation. The excavation has unearthed the remains of the Neolithic, Chalcolithic as well as the early historic deposits. So that in that context, we visited the Ranasai village in order to understand the relationship between this Durga Devi and Ranasai. Because Ranasai also has given from the surface findings, it has also given the evidences of many Neolithic tools, Neolithic implements, Neolithic artifacts. And when we went there, this is the Ranasai village, but in comparison to the Durga Devi, the rampart, the area is very small. And within this small, the total area is under cultivation. Again, we can say that this is a disturbed site. And the villagers, they have provided us some of the Neolithic implements. And at that time, fortunately, one of the cultivator, he was digging his land, for which we were also able to collect some of the potteries. So this is the rampart, and this is the cultivation area. So these are the Neolithic artifacts that was donated by the villagers, and these are the ceramics that we could collect during that digging of that area. So from these deposits, this is clear that the site was under the habitation of the Neolithic period as well as the Chalcolithic, because we also got the Chalcolithic pottery, the Iron Age pottery, especially the ware, black burnished ware, and also early historic portraits. From the early medieval time, we couldn't got much more idea about that. So this is also a potential site, and here I would like to stress the importance that this relationship between Durga Devi and Rana Sai, it needs to be understood very well manner, because though it is true that Durga Devi is much more bigger in the shape, but Rana Sai is also not lesser in the cultural deposit in comparison to the Durga Devi, because from the surface findings we could able to trace such a huge potential features of the site itself. So these are the some other materials that we have recovered from there. Third thing is Ajodhya. So far the Ajodhya is concerned, this is the already reported sites, and many more articles, many more walls has been done earlier. But this is again unfortunate that most of the investigations, most of the study that are only limited to the iconographical features, to the Buddhism, to the Jainism, on the cultural point of view. So I also went through the many of the articles, and there I could trace that okay, this was a very potential site from the religious point of view. Many Buddhist images has been unearthed from there. Many motive stupas, Jaina Chaumukha, and many more things has been unearthed, which has already been placed in the museum of, in the Ajodhya village itself. But when one of the villagers has given the news of the digging of the illegal digging that was going on for the soil taking processes, that time we went there. So I will come back to this map again. So these are the findings. Already everybody knows that has been kept in the premises of the museum, and these are the some of the missing iconography, that is the Tara images and the Ambika images, that has been already stolen away, and also many important iconographical features that we are very proudly saying, that is the Marichi and the Avalokiteshvara, Maitreya. So these three has been housed in the Marichi temple, but it is also completely under deterioration because of the vermilion applied. So it is completely full of vermilion. So nothing can be traced back, nothing can be seen. So these are the old photographs that I have collected from one of the villagers. He also has given the evidence of the area. So this area I has already demarcated. Where is it? So according to him, so it can be clearly visible that all those findings that has been housed in the museum, that has been found in situ in this area. So we have visited in that area. Now this area is completely nothing is there. So everything has been taken away, and the villagers are also saying that they have used all those things for the road construction activity. So here also from the surface finding, it is very difficult to trace out the origin of this context. So this I have applied to Archaeological Survey of India for the permission of Ajodhya expedition work. So after getting the permission, I have visited the site, and these are the recent explorations. So this is the one of the wall of the temple. So from the one side, it is completely visible that it could be early temple, because I don't know how much is underneath. But from the architectural point of view, it has the three anga. So from this three anga, it appears to be the earliest temple. And then also we got many of these architectural fragments lying in the lands. And this is the broken temple, and these are the findings which are the part of this broken temple, and it has been used for the house building activities. And recently also one news is there, but this Amlaka, we have noticed it 1 year earlier. So now there are also this rumor that a new Amlaka, new temple has been found from the Ajodhya, blah blah, so many things by the villagers. So this is one of the broken brick temple that has been found near the Katpala graves, and so site has given the evidences of many potteries which we all recovered during this illegal works. So this is, you can see clearly that how they have dug the soil and taken away, and this deposit of the soil has been already taken from the, this is the section photograph. So here you can see clearly that what are the main potentiality of the pottery deposits. So from there we have collected some of the pottery which we have from the typological basis we have put from the second, third century of the historic period. Also we have the evidences of early medieval and medieval period pottery. So basically, this area, what now I mean to say that this area where the Sonro River valley has flown, so all the sites has been explored by us that are found in a cluster. So on, that is only 20-kilometer radius. It has been found, and this Sonro River valley has played a major role in the shaping of the sites. Because here in Ajodhya we can see that very well. This Sonro River valley is going up, but if we will see clearly that the river has changed its directions. See, earlier it was just near this Ajodhya, but now this Sonro River valley has divided the Ajodhya into two parts, which is very clearly visible from this map. So many of the articles, many of the thesis also has reported the evidences of the many sites like Kans, Narsingpur, many villages nearby Ajodhya. But it is very carefully needs to be studied because Ajodhya must have been a monastic complex which has a very bigger area. Due to this changing scenario of this river, it has been divided into many cluster of the villages, which now they have given the different names. So we will see this cluster. So it is quite possible that I counted the number of the Amlaka that is present in Ajodhya, that is 20 in number. We don't know how many Amlaka are there underneath, and we don't know how many temples are there. But this is very surprising that these such type of complex temple complex has been already damaged. So it is quite possible that if it is situated very near to this river, so maybe due to the flood it has been damaged, and if it would have been so, then these artifacts must have been washed away and has been distributed to the many places. Because why I am saying this, that the villages they have also provided the information that when the sculptures they were stolen away, during that time many of the people they have thrown all the sculptures near the river valley, so near the bank of the river, so that they can hide it, but they are not found right now. So it is also, it's very important to mark out these sayings that it is not the thing that they have thrown it. It is quite possible that due to this flood activities or from this destructions, these artifacts has been gone little bit far. So it is very carefully needs to be studied the site distribution, instead of saying that we have so many archaeological sites in a cluster. So it is very clearly needs to be studied as a part of the one, that is Ajodhya, and the importance of Ajodhya is very much, it has very potentiality which needs the real attention of the Archaeological Survey of India. Thank you.
Next caller, Dr. Santosh Malik.
the galaxy of intellectuals in the basic and the archaeological field. So here I am presenting one paper, which one exhibited 2022 in particular Baragarh, and it was exhibited by Gangadhar Mehr University School of History. But before that, there is exploration done by N.K. Sahu. Then another one paper was also that was written by Subodh Mendley and Sakir Hussain. Next one paper was that was written in OHRG by Dr. Anam Behera about this particularly Asurgarh Barpali. So after that, we have tried to make a exhibition, including Atul Pradhan, myself, Dr. Parandam Pradhan, and our department students, for PhD and master students. Some are students are present here also. So the upland highland forest of Odisha and Chhattisgarh very witnessed emerged in the fortified sites and early historical period. Sites like Tarighat, Malhar, Damru, and Jamron emerged in upland area of Chhattisgarh. So many Asurgarh sites such as Nolla, Asurgarh, Manmunda Nuagarh, Asurgarh, and other sites, namely Badmal, Tarepurgarh, Khalarigarh, also emerged in this zone. Some of the sites, such as Tarepurgarh, are circular, while Asurgarh Norla shows rectangular in plan, which one already before two scholar Baba sir, Baba Mishra sir already presented that one part. And the most of sites that is exhibited so far in the Suvarnapur and both districts, and in the highland forest area of Palahandi, it also proved existence of well-established early historical urban settlement in Odisha like neighboring states. So this site was earlier reported by Professor N.K. Sahu and other scholars. And Sakir Hussain Subodh Mendley published the preliminary report in History Today in 2015, which they reported potentiality of the site. In 2017, Anam Behera from Department of AHS and Archaeology, Utkal University, published an article in OHRG, and that is entitled like Demystify the Asurgarh Barpali and Bargarh Odisha. It mostly deals the cultural sequences as well as highlighted the fortification according to Arthashastra traditions. But after that, no systematic and scientific exploration or excavation was conducted. In 2021, the School of History, Gangadhar Mehr University, explored this site, and preliminary the exploration and survey revealed the mounds of the various sites which was waiting for the excavations. The site was dotted with the portraits and bricks pads and fragmental saddles, and the currents and sculptures were laying in the site. So far, the ceramic assemblies is a concern to the most important posted, including the black sleeved wares, black and red wares, sleeved wares, and other important antiquities found from the site, including the hotspot, beads, terracotta ring, oil, and other type materials. So then this is the proposed for the excavation, the Archaeological Survey of India in 2021. Finally, Archaeological Survey of India has granted to license for the excavation at Barupalli, Asurgarh, for the field session of 2021 to 22 with Atul Kumar Pradhan as a director and Umakant Mishra as co-director. So this is the site which in double motified and double fortified sites and double moated and coated site, and this is the central location, and we have conducted that the core part of the fortification site, core part we have taken excavation at that time, and all the sites now in the mostly at the agriculture field, and only the time of May and first of June or possibly to visit there. So we have planned to excavation in the 2021 in the June. So this is the datum line.
and from the fourth wall, which one from the fortification to moat. And this one also a agricultural land nowadays, agricultural land, but in the rainy season, the full of water in these locations. And the more and when we start excavation at Oswalgad in Barpali, so this is located in the Barpali area, and about the 2 kilometer west from the Barpali Tahsili headquarter, in encircled by the two moats and two forts, hence can call the double moated and double fortified mud fort. The outer fortification of wall serve both as defense and for the water harvesting purposes. And in the this particular site, that is circular in plan, and the unique feature of the site is a double fortification. So this fortified site has three gateway in the outer fortification wall. So what is the main objective of this excavation? When the exploration at Barpali Ashurgarh will reveal a unique discovery which is assignable to early historical nature from the ceramic study, and it is clear that the site goes back to early historical period. However, the following the main objective of the excavation during the sessions: the nature and cultural sequence of the site, fill up the missing link, the chronology of this area, know the nature of the settlement, to know the settlement pattern of the site, and establish the relationship between the site of Chhattisgarh and the Middle Mahanadi plain. So this is we people start excavation, and first we clearance the this central location of this site for the excavations and the excavations. So excavation license granted by the Archaeological Survey of India, the School of History of Gangadhar Mehri University started the excavation work in Asurgarh in the field. The season 2021 to 22, the excavation started in 31st May 2022 to 15th June in 2022. So these excavations revealed three periods of human occupation without any edges. The excavation unwrapped the successive strata of habitation floor, walls, street. The excavation revealed following cultural sequence: the early history, early medieval, and late medieval period. The excavation at Asurgarh Barpali has produced a unique mass of the datable antiquities. The coins of early historical period assigned to the period of Satavahana, terracotta votive subject of the Somavanshi have been helpful in the building of the chronology of the particular sites. So this first period is attested with the evidence of a square copper coin, which may identify as elephantetry type of coins, and this type of coin are the recovered from the Malhar district of Bilaspur, Tarighat and Jamruni, Durg, Rewa in Raipur district and Chhattisgarh. So these coins are assigned to be contemporary of Satavahana coins. In period 2, there's assigned to the early medieval period, there's assigned to the Somavanshi and the Kalachuri period, and this cultural phase is defined by the evidence of terracotta, double finger impression digs, and some later period of structures. These type of digs are the recovered from the Somavanshi and Kalachuri level at Sirpur district of Mahasamud and Pachirai in Kabridham. So particularly in the Chhattisgarh and Upper Mahanadi Valley regions. The ceramic industry of this period, like buff red ware, red and black ware, pottery is also retrieved from the cultural level. In period 3 is assigned to be late medieval period, and this is the Asurgarh Barpali excavator site. We have taken the first trench in this site, and after 7 days we have taken another dry trench in the right corner of this from 10 meter away from the this excavator site. And this is the excavation, and how the students are the in the I think in the 43 or 44 degree temperature the students are working there, and including the all faculties are the presence at the time. So this is we people are the scientific way we when we people start to be
the saving and all the findings to get. So I think the PPT is not clearly not, but in the laptop it is clearly now detected, but it is not detected in this screen. So this is the stone tools we have discovered the site, and this is the beads, and these are the basically three beads, and another some beads also correct.
Right with that. The glass with the white strip of the black white strip yes, glass. That's what I'm saying. এটা কোন level player was?
Sir, এটা মোর tour আসছে এটা tour. And we people mostly get the knobbed ware in the polished black wares, and these are the numismatic evidence from the Asurgad Barpali. So just one point to give a the elephant. I think it's the right one, the last part, that is the depiction of elephant. It's maybe the Mullah or the connection with the Kalachuri. Maybe, but not clearly identified. And so this is the graffiti mark available in the particularly in the pottery, and these are the knobbed ware also get from the excavator site. And this is the currents and polishes, and it is almost we get from the period 1 as well as 2, and we people get from this type of potteries the hopscotch. These are the terracotta objects, and mostly the terracotta objects also to be asmang also founded in the one of the like otara, like one of the like handy. So that was also that's not photographed because it's destroyed at the time of excavation. So so these are the iron implements we have got from that particular site, and these are the another type of ceramics we get from this side. And this is the after the excavation 3 to 4 days the people started human vandalism. It means to how the people get the sunahandi or the stories related with the site. And so after 7 days the excavator by the for the construction of a local park. So we people also get exploration the excavator by the droger like Hitachi machine. So we people get so many evidences from this site, particularly the terracotta objects and the beads also from this particular sites. That particular site, but this excavated by the government for the construction park. So these are the findings. The mostly the excavation at Oshogo to produce a unique mass of datable antiquities. The coins of early historical period have been helpful in the building of the chronology of particular site. The most important findings of the site that copper square type of coins. Out of these artifacts, few have significant role for the reconstructing the history and culture of the site. The important ceramic assemblies like red ware, red polished, red sleeved ware, black and red ware, and the black sleeved ware and black polished ware. So red and red polished ware became the predominant variety as black. So in the cultural level, number of the knobbed ware what we were record from the excavation sites. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the Odisha History Congress organized and particularly the ICHR, and it was conducted by the Ravenshaw University. I'm very thankful to Umakant Vistasha, and I'm very thankful to the Ravenshaw University for to get his such opportunity to presenting our excavation. Thank you very much.
Now this is end of the session, and for you want to give some remarks. We have seen so many presentations, and sometimes you need to study in the site very carefully while uh, doing the taking photography and any other aspects to document for the betterment of our study. And in this early historic scenario, we have to look after so many things in the different angle, the mechanism behind all the material culture and their remains. Thank you very much for all scholar, and we welcome for the next session. I welcome Dr. Baba Mr. Sir for chairman.
Thank you, sir. Plenary 6. Thank you. Archaeology and others. Here in this category we have 6 papers, but the subject is a new one added recently with Indian archaeology. Ethnoarchaeology is the study of living peoples and of their material culture with the sole aim of improving our understanding of the past. Although archaeologists in Western world have been harbored ethnoarchaeological data to understand the past since long, this technique has been accepted very recently. Indeed, archaeological reconstruction is nothing but analogy. Although in India we have tremendous ethnographic data, it is rarely used, and we are pleased now to know that many of our young students training of history and archaeology are now utilizing these data, exploring the data from the tribal pocket as well as from the peasant villages. However, so far as the definition of this ethnoarchaeology is concerned, one of the simplest definition is that it is a living archaeology. It is thus apparent that ethnoarchaeology is a study of the material culture of contemporary tribal and peasant India. But it has its limitation, it has its criticism. Like one such criticism is there could possibly be no connection between the behavior of modern day people and the prehistoric one. As such, ethnographic analogies should not be used in the interpretation of archaeological data, or if at all used, the user must be careful and cautious. On the other hand, another argument in support of ethnoarchaeology is, had there been no this technique, then our understanding of prehistoric culture would have been poor. On the other hand, it is held that our knowledge about prehistory, our knowledge not only of prehistory, but even in early period, often we get clue of understanding from ethnoarchaeology. One example is the excavation of Inamgaon, when material remains, particularly house pattern, as gleaned from archaeology and its parallel, like modern hut having mud wall, thatch, roof, circular as well as round, wattle and dove hot observed across peasant India has been a subject of scrutiny. It is on this background we have 6 papers on ethnoarchaeology, and I hope these papers would enlighten us from another angle to understand our past. Thus, I would like to call first Simran Singh.
Please raise the further spread. Next.
Sorry, Simran Singh is absent. Next, Anil Shah, research scholar, Rajendra University. His topic is historical and archaeological significance of Balangir, a comparative study.
Respected chairperson of the session, delegates, research scholar, and my dear friends, a very good evening to all of you. I am Anil Shah, research scholar of Rajendra University. Uh, my paper based on the archaeological significance of Balangir district. Sir, the historical and archaeological significance of Balangir district a comprehensive study. This is the broad topic. That's why I concise my topic, archaeological significance of Balangir district. I recently enrolled in my PhD program. I am I am only collect the significant information through the authentic materials about the archaeological findings related to the Balangir district. So we can say that this is the review one. The district Balangir that is located in western part of Odisha. The region has strategic location, diverse cultures, and remarkable architectural structure that it contribute to the historical importance of Balangir district. And various prehistoric cultures have been discovered in different parts of Balangir district. The momentum research work was done on the river Tel, Suktel, then Sundar, and Land by the scholar like Dr. Bera, Dr. Hussain, Dr. Barik, Dr. Jhankar, Dr. Rana, and Dr. Deep, and many scholars, and they found found or reported various prehistoric, historic, and early historic sites like Chhatri Dongar, Kumura, Lokapada, Birmunda, Metaguda, Gudar, then Khalligad, Rengali, Bod Telanpalli, Sakma, and many more. And they also found various artifacts like handles, chopper, chopping, clavers, black and red white potteries, etc. And apart from that, a number of archaeological evidence are found, that is the monuments, coins, and inscription. The monuments which is built under the patronage of ruling dynasty, and the notable monuments are the Someshpur group of temples, the Vaishnavite brick temples at Ranipur Jhariar, then Southpur group of temples, and a few temples of Kumura, Sihini, Godar, Udaipur, Surda, and Harishankar temple. And the Pancharatha temple at Kusal, that is reflecting the Somavanshi rule, which is the 11th century AD, and ruins of stone temple at Tentel Khunti and the medieval Jogeshwar Shiva temple in Devgaon further contributed to the rich archaeological heritage of the region, with artifacts dating from the 7th to 8th century AD. Similarly, various gold coins, silver coins, and copper coins also found in different parts of the region. In Ranisata village, a herd of punchmark coins, Padmar silver coins were discovered by the Gauranga Bari while cutting boulders in the paddy field. Similarly, another coins that is found in the year 1990
by 11-year-old Tarun Rana, which discovered 54 gold coins of King Mahendra Ditya in the hollow bricks mount near the Dangarmunda village. Subsequently, on October 6, 1990, Sindhekala police seized two gold coins on Gangaya Devo, the Kalachari king of Dahala Mandala in Polangi district, and another similar gold coins of Gangaya Devo was found in Kirabal village in the Suktel river. Apart from that, some copper plates and stone inscription also found in this region. And through this material or through this inscription, we know about the land grants and donation and the valuable history of this particular period. And a significant find is the Ranipur Thurial copper plate belonging to the Janmaya Mahababa Gupta, which document the grant of village Turekelan. And from recent discovery of the copper plates grants of Janmaya, it is revealed that one grant was issued by Janmaya during his coronation at Subarnapur. And numerous stone inscriptions also found or discovered in this region. The inscription at Someshwara temple in Ranipur Thurial is believed to have been engraved by Gagana Shiva, a renowned Acharya of Matta Majuras school of Saivism, and it is dated back to the 9th century CE. And according to this inscription, Gagana Shiva constructed the Someshwar temple. Still, the district has need to archaeological exploration. Our local MLA Sri Narsingh Mishra also suggests for exploration of Bhimdugri, which is having more historical and archaeological significance. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil sir. He has presented briefly the historical and archaeological significance of Balangir, however, with no relation with ethnoarchaeology. Yet, some of the latest data he has incorporated, although he has left some others, like your Kharligarh. You have mentioned Kharligarh. Have you mentioned Tusra, Gurvela? R.N. Das has instituted comparison of the iron artifact of Gurvela, Kharligarh on the one hand and Sisupargarh on the other. And that is a remarkable scientific paper of R.N. Das. You please refer that paper. Okay. Thank you very much, Anil sir. Next paper, Manu Naik, Research Scholar Maharaj Sri Ramchandra Bhandeo University, Baripada, Survey of the Lithic Industries of Keonjhar, Odisha with reference to Palasunga area. Palasunga area. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Presented over here, respected teachers, sirs, madams, and all delegates. I am Manu Naik, Research Scholars, MSc University, Baripada. Today here, I am going to present on topic survey on the lithic industries of Keonjhar, Odisha, with reference to Palasunga area. Here is my outline of my presentation, which includes introductions, aim and objectives, survey methods, review of literatures, survey area, site and risk types, analysis, conclusion, and last photography. So I started with introductions. Explorations is an act of searching for the purpose of discovery of information or resources, especially in the context of geography or space. Generally, explorations means to walk over the sites and observe the nature of the sites minutely. As my topic is based on lithic remains or prehistoric remains, so we know about what is prehistoric exploration. Prehistoric archaeological explorations is a systematic survey in a scientific way, which is carried out for understanding prehistoric archaeology of a given area. It is also to locate the site with the available of archaeological materials and collection of samples in a systematic way. It is a surface survey for studying the importance of associated prehistoric materials, which includes artifacts, biofacts, or ecofacts. Aims and objectives of my study. This is also short time, so I go to my results. This is the topographic map of my study area, and here is the satellite map of my study area, and the dotted line, dotted point at the study area. In my study, I found that 8 archaeological sites, namely Kusumita, Aharpasi, Kontapasi, Noiga, Dhatika, Hanumangati, Bhadrasai, and Dhatika is repeated in Dhatika 1, Dhatika 2. All these sites are mainly, some of the sites are footing sites, some are outcrop of laterite sites, and some are bed land and drain gully sites, and some includes riverbank sites. This table shows the distribution of 5 lithic remains around Korasanga. Here we saw that in Noiga site we found maximum numbers of lithic remains, which is 167, and followed by Ahakosi, which is 143. This is the graphical representation of the site-wise distribution of lithic remains. Here also we saw that in Noiga site the maximum numbers of lithic remains is found. This table shows that site-wise distribution of tool types found in the study area. This table shows that blade is the dominant variety, which is about 179, and followed by the 62, which is side scraper. This is the pie chart representation of types of tools found from the study area. This table shows that raw materials raw materials used in the Korasanga study area of the lithic remains. This table shows that the maximum numbers of tools found from the raw materials quartz, which is 91, followed by grey chert, which is 65, and then quartzite, which is 37. This is the graphical representation of site-wise used raw materials. Analysis. From the surface materials of different lithic cultural periods have been collected, and these have been grouped under the category of Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic cultures. A total number of 473 tools were collected from the different cultural periods. Paleolithic were recovered from 8 sites out of total numbers of 203 tools were collected, which are made on basically the raw materials like quartzite, sandstone, jasper, quartz, etc. These tools were made by the techniques of stone hammer, cylinder hammer, block on block, and block on block technique. Similarly, Mesolithic were collected from 4 sites out of 8 sites, with a total number of 249 tools were collected, which are made by basically pressure flaking technique or blade or floating technique. And the raw materials are quartz, chert, jasper, quartz crystal, chalcedony, etc. Likewise, Neolithic tools were found from mainly 5 sites out of 8 sites, with a total number of 21 Neolithic tools, which are made by the raw material like dolerite, diorite, basalt, etc. And the tools were made by the technique grinding and polishing. Conclusion: the survey primarily reports that the nature of Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic sites discovered around the study area of Polasanga Kemjor. From the exploration, it is clear that this area yields a large number of tools from different raw materials. From these sites, a few of them are industry sites. The entire collection includes 473 lithic assemblies of various periods. So the recovery suggested that the Polasanga area was occupied by the prehistoric men since lower Paleolithic periods during Pleistocene epoch and up to Mesolithic and Neolithic periods of Holocene epoch. These are some sites photographs. Here we saw that Kusumita site, there a water tank is built. So as time passes, the sites are also destroyed by various things. These are some tools. These are the illustration of the tools made by me. Thank you.
Thank you, Manu. Although there is enough scope in the paper as well as in the region, that is Kemjor, that he has dealt to study the archaeology, but the paper is lacking, and I would like to suggest Manu to do this, an analogy between prehistory and ethnoarchaeology. Just previously, B.K. Mahanto has drawn such type of one analogy when he saw celt, Neolithic celt, equivalent to iron X in the paper of B.K. Mahanto. Such type of comparative study you can also do here in your paper, prehistory. Thank you. Rajashree Puhan, next. Recently explored microlithic sites in the Salandi Brahmani river basin, Kemjor district. Rajashree Puhan.
ICHR.
Good evening to all, respected sir and seniors and my dear friends. My name is Rajashree Puhan. Today I will present my topic, the recent explored microlithic site in Salandi and Boitran River Basin, Kemjor district, North Odisha, preliminary survey. The antiquity of microlithic research in Odisha goes back to pre-independence era and has brought to light extensive evidence of lithic assembly from the post-Pleistocene and the early Holocene deposits in different parts of the state. All these microlithic sites has been reported from the three different types of geomorphological contexts, that is along the river bank and is tributary of different orders. On the rise the surface with massive export, the rocks outcrops and the foothills. Some of these sites have also been found to to be associated with rock settlers' habitats. The present paper is based on the archaeological evidence conducted in the Keonjhar district, mainly in the Salandi and Boitrani river basin, to understand the cultural landscape, the site distribution pattern, and the nature of sites this region. Previous research, as most of the river valley of Odisha are these prehistoric settlement, the scholars took a interest in study prehistory. The prehistory of Odisha can be investigated with help of stone tool artifacts, which are collected mostly from major river valley and their tributaries. As far as the archaeological research in the Sarandi River Valley is concerned, two single archaeological research has been undertaken earlier. This region has been investigated by earlier researchers who worked on archaeology of Keonjhar district. But the earlier several scholars worked on the prehistory of Keonjhar district like G.C. Mahapatra, 1962, R.L. Mitra and A. Ghosh worked at 1958 to 59. D.K. Chakraborty and R.K. Chattopadhyay worked at 1988. Pradeep Mohanty worked at 1985 to 89. Basant Kumar Mohanta is worked at 1989 to 2002. And S. Sao, N.K. Divedi also worked at this region. The study area and environmental setting. The Keonjhar district is situated north 41 degrees 75 minutes, the 59.88 seconds, east 85 degree of 34 minutes, 59.88 seconds. The district is located in the north part of state of Odisha. The Salandi River is the major tributary of Boitrani. The originates from Magazine Hill of Similipal Masing, Mayurbhanj district. It stretches 144 km with a catchment area of 1793 square kilometer and pass through both high altitude plateau and platform lands region in the Mayurbhanj, Keonjhar and Bhadrak district of Odisha. Geographical, the area may be classified into three types. The landscape, the high altitude area. Second was upland plain, and third one is the plain area. I use the methodology of my research work, the study of topography and geographical map, the surface exploration and material recovery, the section scrapping, sampling with site tree, mapping and plotting of newly discovered sites, analysis and interpretation of stone artifacts, drawing and the photography of lithic artifacts. Here showing the map, the site found in Keonjhar district, Salandi Boitrani River Valley. These are the sites of between the Salandi and Boitrani Valley. It is Sujanapala, Batua, Boda Singidi, Godachandi, and Purana Pani. These are located in the Hatodi, Andapur, and Ghasipura block. First one is Sujanapala. Sujanapala is the situated located on the granite foothill near the Chakarchita area in the Andapur block of the Keonjhar district. The site is approximately 50 km far away from sub-divisional headquarters of Andapur. The site is laying on the right side of a peridal stream which follow up the Chakarchita hill, which is nearly 2.5 km away from the Salandi river. The sites extend the over area the 30 to 40 meters. The microlithic in the site are not associated with the cluster. The microlithic are settled on the periphery of the hill slope and the granite bedrock surface is flat, which finding 81 microlithic artifacts. These are the tools found in the Sujanapala sites. Second site is of Batuo. It's a locality is called Batuo village. So Batuo site is located on the right bank of the Kusai River, a tributary of Baitrani Valley. Laying out the half kilometer of on the Batuo village in the Ghasipura block of Keonjhar district. The site is exactly situated as the confluence of both Kusai and Baitrani River. The microlithic were found is the stretches over about 20 into 30 meters on the erosional slope, the surface near river banks. Many blades and scabbards were found at the site, and all artifacts are made on the chalcedonic quartzite again. These were the tools of collector the Baku sites. Next one is the Goda Singiri. The Goda Singiri site lays on the northeast side of the village Rangamatia. This is a open area microlithic site located 700 meter from the village of Rangamatia, the 450 meters away from the south side of Godachandi Hill. The sites extend in over 110 into 30 meters. These microlithic artifacts were exposed and found on the Murumok quarry surface. These are showing the sites and the collected from the tools in the Godachand sites. Next one is Godachandi Hill. The Godachandi site is located on the granite foothill near a Godachandi area in the Hatadi block of Keonjhar district. The site is approximately 2 kilometers away from Rangamatia village on the northeastern side. The site is lying on the left side of perennial stream. The fluids flow from the Godachandi top hill, which is nearly 6 kilometers away from Sarandi river. The site extends over the area from the 30 into 40 meters, and the microlithic are settled on periphery of a hill slope having the yellow-white color clay deposit, which widely served to microlithic artifacts. Here in showing the site, and these are tools are collected the Godachandi area. Next one is the Purana Pani site. The Purana Pani site is located on the south side of the Purana Pani village in the Hatodi block of Keonjhar district in Odisha. The site is situated on the right of the Chenapadi Hatodi road near Purana Pani locality. The site is lying on the right bank of Salandi river, a small sectional stream that follows the mid of a secondary laterite rock outcrop. The artifacts were found lying on the area of 18 to 50 meters over the secondary laterite outcrops with many microlithics. A local playground lay close to the laterite rock outcrop and is full microlithic artifacts. These are showing the size, the grid pattern of Purana sites as the collected the tools. So showing the Purana sites collected from the tools. Here showing the type of analysis of the recovery microlithic artifacts. Showing the raw material, the types. Showing the black, our collect my study area. I collect the materials. So black chalk, milky chalk, grey chalk, and the chalcedonic quartzite. These are conclusion. From the archaeological point of view, the Keonjhar upload the quite significant. Like the other part of India, this region of Odisha was also an important area from continuation of human settlement. from the Pleistocene period to Holocene period. The early human habitational surface perimeter area exposed on the riverbank section of the Sarandi River and a hill slope due to the activity undergoing to erosion. The theistic people of this erosion had a mobile lifestyle, moving across with the landscape in search of the various resources, starting from the raw material of the hunting and gathering and collecting food items. The microthic are associated with the heavy duty tools, which are integral part of the microthic and Kamsa district. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajashree. Next, Pinky Sisa, Research Scholar, Central University of Odisha, Koraput. And the topic is mortuary practices and megalithic tradition among and ethno-archaeological studies. Good, welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected sir and to all delegates. My topic is mortuary practice and megalithic tradition among Bonda tribe of Malkani district and ethno-archaeological study. I am Pinky Sisa, a research scholar from Central University of Odisha, Koraput. Introduction. Ethnoarchaeology, often referred to as ethnographic archaeology, is a multidisciplinary approach that involves the integration of ethnographic research with archaeological methods. It seeks to bridge the gap between past and present by analyzing contemporary societies to gain insights into the archaeological record. This method allows us to understand how prehistoric people lived, interacted, and adapted to their environment. The Bonda tribe residing in the Malkani district of Odisha in India. Bonda known for its unique culture, tradition and distinct way of life with rich costumes and a deep connection to their land, they have been the subject of much fascination and study. Mortuary practice encompasses the diverse costumes, rituals and ceremonies associated with the treatment of the deceased within a society. This field of study develops into how different cultures handle death, including burial practices, funeral rites, and memorial traditions. Megalithic structures include structures like Stonehenge, dolmens, menhirs, and cromlechs. These structures, often built during prehistoric times, serve as enduring symbols of ancient engineering and cultural significance. The study of megalithic sites in archaeology involves understanding their architectural techniques, purpose, and the cultural context in which they were erected, shedding light on the beliefs and practices of past societies. Aims and objectives. The study aims to document and preserve the unique mortuary and megalithic tradition of the Bonda tribe for future generations. It seeks to uncover the historical significance of these practices, shedding light on their evolution and role in the tribe's history. To understanding the socio-cultural context in which this tradition exists and thrive. These are the research methodologies used during fieldwork. Overview of martial practices. Ritual ceremonies. The Bonda tribe has intricate rituals and ceremonies surrounding death, reflecting their beliefs about the afterlife and the passage of the soul. Funerary traditions. The tribe's martial practices, including burial rites and commemorative activities, play a vital role in honoring the deceased and comforting the living. Significance of megalithic tradition. The Bonda tribe megalithic traditions hold significant cultural and historical value, providing insights into ancient costumes and societal structures. The village meeting place, Sindhibor, is built at a convenient location within the village Sindhibor's megalithic stones. Beyond their historical and cultural significance, also play a unique role in the justice system of the Bonda tribe. The megalithic stones thus act as silent witnesses to the resolutions of conflicts, fostering a sense of communal justice and reinforcing the social fabric of the Bonda tribe. The significance of Sindhibor's megalithic structures extends beyond their physical presence, becoming integral to the community's governance and the preservation of cultural harmony. This is the Gunam. The Gunam ceremony is the last part of formal ceremony of Bonda tribe. The Gunam rites are organized at the end of the third year. The Gunam is dedicated for only few persons. This ceremony is for long remembered of the dead or Sairam. In this tradition, the Bonda community dedicated a holy pig to please the dead people and keep peace in the members of the house. The Gunam is usually a flat capstone laid across three or more similar stone with the supporting stone. These are the finding and analysis. Rites of death. All the activities and rituals performed after the death of a person are generally called death rites. The Bonda community performed various rites after the death of a person, such as mode and place of corpus, that is cremations, burial, exposure, preservation, disposal in water. Second one is observance in the house of the deceased. Third one is mourning period and ceremonies. Fourth one is funeral feast. Fifth one is annual or final death ceremony. And last one is the Gunam ceremony. Implication and contribution. The martial and megalithic practices of Bonda tribe, particularly exemplified at sites like Sindhibor and Gunam, carry profound implications and make significant contribution to various aspects of the community's life and identity. Cultural heritage. This practice contribute to the preservation and continuation of the Bonda's tribe. Cultural heritage, the megalithic structures serve as tangible links to the past, ensuring that traditional burial rites and rituals are passed down through generation. Second one is spiritual significance. The megalithic stone hold deep spiritual significance for the Bonda people, acting as conducts between the living and the departed. The spiritual connection contributes to a sense of continuity and reinforce the community's collective identity. Third one is the environmental stewardship. The careful selection and arrangement of megalithic reflect a harmonious relationship between the Bonda tribe and their natural environment. This sustainable approach to using the land for cultural practices contribute to the tribe's ethos of environmental strategies. Conflict resolutions and governance. The megalithic stones at Sindhibor play a vital role in the Bonda's justice system. By acting as a symbolic or attributors, these structures contribute to the resolutions of disputes within the community, fostering social cohesion and governance. Gunam is the only one of many purposes, like in Bonda community, to protect their fields, bringing them harmony into their community. Tourism and cultural exchange. The unique mortuary and megalithic practice of the Bonda tribe can attract the interest from researchers, historians, and tourists. This not only provides economic opportunity for the community but also facilitate cultural exchange and understanding between the Bonda people and the border world. Community bonding. The shared participations in mortuary and megalithic rituals strengthens social bonds within the Bonda tribe. These communal practices create a sense of unity and shared identity, fostering a supportive and closely knit community. Educational value. Studying the mortuary practices of Bonda tribe provide valuable insights into their history, social structures, and cultural evolution. It contributes to the broader understanding of indigenous culture and their resilience in the face of societal changes. Conclusion. In conclusion, the mortuary and megalithic practices of the Bonda tribe, exemplified by sites like Sindhipur, offer a profound glimpse into the rich tapestry of their cultural heritage. The megalithic structures, particularly dolmens, not only serve as burial sites but also stand as enduring symbols of the Bonda people's connections with their ancestors and the land. In essence, the mortuary and megalithic practices of the Bonda tribe at Sindhipur weave together strands of history, spirituality, and communal governance. As this tradition persists, they serve as a living testament to the enduring cultural identity and resilience of the Bonda people in the face of changing times. Thank you.
Thank you, Pinky. Yet, I would like to suggest few lines. This mortuary practice is not only found among the Bonda tribes of Malkangiri, but among the Godwa, the Kons, the Gond, and other such primitive tribes of Odisha. But the megalithic monument you try to find out from Malkangiri area. In archaeological perspective, what is called primary megalithic. Thank you. Next paper, Dr. Paramatta Pradhan, GM University, Dr. Sunil Kumar Patnaik, Microstructural and Elemental Analysis of Ancient Iron from Radhanagar.
Respected President of this session, Baba Mr. Sir, respected Sir, Kishore Basa Sir, and respected delegates. Good evening to all. I'm going to present my paper on microstructural and elemental analysis of ancient iron from Radhanagar, Odisha, which was excavated by Odisha Institute of Maritime and Southeast Asian Studies, Bhubaneswar, from the session 2010 to 2013. Here I personally requested Sunil Patnaik sir to analyze the iron objects which were unearthed from the excavation at Radhanagar, and which is also known as Kankia, which is situated in Jajpur district. So I would like to thank the Odisha Institute of Maritime and Southeast Asian Studies, Bhubaneswar, to giving me permission and with the help of Gauravari Behera, who was the faculty member of Bisud, Bulla, Sambalpur. And also, I sent the sample of the iron objects to IIT PH Banaras Hindu University, the metallurgical department of metallurgy of IIT PH. Those who analyze this iron objects from the of the Radhanagar site, and I will discuss only the observations which they suggested. It's a recent archaeological spread in the coastal region of southeastern India demonstrate the distinctive growth of urbanism in the form of fortified settlements, structural happenings in the brick and stones, use of iron technology, and the arrival of new and advanced pottery technology, and the emergence of coinage. With this, I would like to say here that the emergence of or the growth of iron technology or in the southeastern India, which developed in the coastal belt, and as we know that from the ancient times, Indians had knowledge about the geology, minerals, mines, and ores, the chemistry of minerals and metals, physics of high temperature processing, technology of the kiln and furnace making, and then technicalities of handling the molten metals together by producing different ornaments, weapons, vehicles, and agricultural tools. So, is comparison to Middle Gangetic Plain, as we said that that region was in that region the second urbanization which was flourished. If we talk about the second urbanization, the Iron Age phase, which was we recommend that the Iron Age phase is the second urbanization phase in Indian subcontinent. Uh, the dates of the Iron Age goes big to up to 13th, 14th century BC, and in Odisha context we have the I think Kumer Singha, I think Kumer Singha, which is the earliest date goes in Odisha context. So in Radhanagar also the dates we found from the Beta laboratory that 4th, 3rd century BC. In the study, presence of steel and its metallographic features in the iron artifacts found from the Radhanagar and examined and performing scientific tests. Metallographic as well as mechanical tests were performed to identify the morphology and measures the strength respectively. And with this, the elemental analysis of metallographic examination of the objects were done by the metallurgy department of the VSU, Bulla, and IIT BHU. This is the site plan of the Radhanagar site from where we have uncovered or unearthed the iron objects. It's the we know that iron when the iron emerged with the development of the iron, the urbanization process which developed rapidly by using the iron tools. Then people what they constructed the protection walls, and the or the borders, we can say that or the forts were constructed. These are the iron objects which were some of the iron objects which were reported from the or unearthed from the Radhanagar excavation, and these are the line drawings of iron objects which were recovered from or unearthed from the Radhanagar site. From this excavation, we have reported a huge number of iron objects. If we categorize these iron objects, then these are like household tools, then carpentry tools, kitchen tools, etc. We can categorize these tools. From the excavation, we reported huge amount of iron objects, as I shown in the last image. These are those iron objects which were reported. These are the good quality of iron which were still now present in the OIMC's Bhubaneswar. Then then the as I said that the site is the date of the site goes back to 4th and 3rd century BC as the better laboratory which gives the MS dating. And now I will focus on the metallographic examination. In this examination, we focus on the following points: to categorize the artifacts, to know the fabrication technique adopted by the ironsmiths, and to know the development of metallurgy in the ancient Odisha, then to know the chemical composition of the object. This is the SCM image of the metallic specimen, shows carbide, ferrite, and pearlite. As you know that the ferrite is a soft and ductile material which was present in the iron objects, and pearlite is a hard and brittle material which is present in the iron objects. And by this analysis, we can found that the irons smiths where known the technique like quenching, hammering, and another tempering, quenching, and hammering techniques were known to them. When nowadays we are, if we go to a ironsmith's workplace, we see the iron was heated, tempered, and then when they put it in the water, quenching. That is the quenching technique. Through this quenching technique, the carbonization technique, that is also known as carbonization technique. The carbon was included into the iron, and to hardening the iron object, they use this technique, that tempering, quenching, and annealing. Okay. This is the SCM image or microstructure from the scanning electron microstructure image of the iron specimen, which was selected from the previous picture. Then in this, a very small portion of about 10 mm of the nail was cut with a saw. The notches in the artifacts were virtually invisible after they had been skillfully restored. The sample was embedded in a thermoplastic resin and prepared by following the standard metallographic procedure. And the sample was etched by 2% nitrile solution for 30 to 35 seconds. Then the presence of raleigh carbide in the mineralized metal was traced at higher magnification, along with the microstructure present in the remnant metal in the section of the object as shown in the previous image, that is here. Then the outer portion of the specimen is badly corroded, and the remainder composed of a small amount of pearlite, which is alpha ferrite, and slag mixture. The microstructure shows the ferrite and slag mixture as shown in the next picture. This is the this is pearlite, and this is slag mixture, and this is ferrite. With this, we have analyzed the chemical composition of the iron, where we have this is the chemical composition of the iron sample, that is carbon is 0.23%, and then observations of this analysis, the elemental analysis and metallographic examination of the object indicates that the inhabitants had high standard of technological skills and proper understanding of behavior of metallic properties. As I said, the quenching, tempering, technology was known to them. Then the metallographic examination of the metallic object from Radhanagar region shows that the blacksmiths of this region were having good knowledge of the properties of the bloomery iron. Then the presence of silicon, manganese, phosphorus, and sulfur as impurities have been reported by the chemical composition analysis. There is a banded structure due to forging also. Then I said that it consisted of 0.23% carbon content, which indicates that the metallic specimen was of low carbon steel, that is a wrought iron, grade of minute amount of alloying, and also shows that the specimen is of wrought iron, which are characterized by the presence of slag inclusion, which seems to have resulted due to dislodging of the slag particles during hammering operation of the plume. So the study indicated that the smelting could have been conducted below 1000 degrees Celsius. The inhabitants seem to have used the technique of lamination to introduce carbon inside the metal without smelting after grasping the method of carburization of wrought iron. Then the study also revealed the craftsmen were mastering treatment technology at any carbon by hardening. And here I would like to thank the Department of Metallurgy, Cultural Studies of IIT Banaras University, and Department of Metallurgy of Visud Bulla Sambalpur for their cooperation in analyzing the iron of the Radhanagar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pradhan. Another significant, last but not the least, paper of Sivasankar Panda, Archaeochemistry in Archaeological Researches, with a special reference to Apurva Norla.
Respected Basa sir, respected dignitaries, thank you. First of all, thank you to Indian History Congress to give me an opportunity to deliver a topic that will practically slightly different from the main course, archaeochemistry in archaeological researches. Actually, I am along with Dr. Garnaik, we are doing a lot of archaeological researches by taking Asurgad samples. So I will first of all I will ask to Dr. Garnaik to say something about Asurgad, which we have done recently. Then I will share my topic.
Respected sir and students and friends, actually since last 2-3 years we are experimenting with the archaeological material retrieved from different archaeological sites like iron ores, potteries, bricks, tiles, and some lime mortar also, where we find from the different sites we are examining just to know the actually technological aspect. Particularly when we are discussing about iron, actually if you see the antiquity of iron in Odisha, if you consider the Kapasira site, Srikhombe of Kapasira, I think it was 1600 BC. but the time frame is about as Shakir also in the morning session he told that safely you can say 6th century BC to in between 14th century BC. We have lots of sites having this date, iron antiquity pushed back to this date. And when we consider about the Osurgad site, from Osurgad site, the MH is about 900 BC. And if you consider the iron object, best specimen of iron object we notice in around 4th century BC in Osurgad. So some iron layers are still have not rusted. The corrosion resistance is too high in the iron layers, which has been examined by Dr. Panda. So he's going to show you, as everybody knows about the Osurgad in Kalahandi districts. Besides iron, also we have experimented bricks of early historic sites from Osurgad, from Shishupalgarh, from Dhauli, and from Laligi. Up to 11th, 12th century brick specimens we have been examined. Now I just welcome Dr. Panda to tell about the scientific things.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
So when we are discussing about archaeological researches, the main thing is that what we are expecting from an archaeological object actually. What archaeological object? The basic objects are the first aim and objective of our excavated material and heritage research is to utilize science to provide us the archaeological evidences, and that will be correlated with the excavated historical perspectives. The wide variety of research possibilities are there by considering the excavated material as well as heritage structures. So depending upon the application of science in general and particularly chemistry, I will discuss my topic here. The prime objective is conservation and restoration of object, first one. The second one is our main material and material constitution, elemental or chemical composition, in which we can get the exotic composition also. Sometimes by varying our instruments, like XRF can give you element that we know, but if you go for ICPMS, that the element can be extended up to any trace elements also. So that can establish us any trade relations or anything is there, particularly that exotic materials we have to analyze with ICPMS and the microstructure studies. Apart from these three is the fundamental one, elemental and microstructure, as well as the mineral constitution. Apart from that, we can also go for thermal deterioration or thermal study. If you take the pottery, you can go for a thermal study to know the deterioration and to know the firing temperature. Anything is there? Any changes? Any inclusions? And what type of inclusions that I also we can scientifically prove that. So we have particularly my research paper, my main basic aim is initially I was much more prompt about the lime mortar and lime plaster. Thereafter, I have a paper on Kondapur lime mortar with Dr. Sushant Karp. Then I think Dr. Gornai is also involved in that one. Thereafter, I switched myself to potteries. Since potteries are largely available to any excavated site, and that easily can we take for research. So I took my research to pottery analysis. So the three things. First of all, for mineral analysis, we are taking XRD. As you all of know, since we are doing science also along with excavation. So FTR and XRD I am comfortable with, and then XRF for small and easy available elements. But for I am telling for ICPMS for more, or PIXI is there in IOP. They are having PIXI, proton induced electron elemental analysis. That can give you also the trace elements. I have worked on that one also. Apart from that, the images you can get from OM, optical microscopy, as well as SEM. SEM can give you assessment about the image as well as elements also. So the research possibilities are identification of characterized material from excavated, or second thing is that the two types of researches can be possible. First of all, if you go for we can develop the products for any archaeological or conservation. That is one type of research. Second research is, now we are talking about here is that material we are taking from excavated site or any heritage heritage site, and we are trying to unlock the questions it has inbuilt with. So two types of questions now. One, first of all, is the material synthesis that we can use in our field, and second one is from the excavated site we take the material and do the research to unlock the several questions. As far as material is concerned, the metals are they're easily available. Potteries, bricks, papers also. We can do research on papers also. I will show you. I have two papers in elsewhere journal. And inks also, pigments also. We can develop to correct or rectify the whichever whenever we are taking any Dr. Basa sir, Professor Basa sir was requesting me to go for this Kendujar Sitabanji. So we have to develop the pink inks, particularly the same type of inks by taking natural composition. That is not enough, but we have to we have to see the same characteristics must be there actually, so that our color combination and matching should be perfect one. So ink, there are a lot of research on inks also, and palm leaves also, and lime plaster and mortars also. This is the first one that I'm discussing. In this paper I have published in a conference journal, America. So this is about as I have told you earlier. These two types of, one is we have to synthesis the product for a betterment of a monument. Like in this case, we have degradation of stone for a protective barrier we have produced by taking this by same index you can see the images of a chondrolite stone, but after giving the protection which we have developed, the FAFM images are very nice and very we can see the uniformity of the stone. The protective coating is generally from graphene oxide and cobalt ferrite. I have, along with the team from IOP, Institute of Physics, I have developed this material and we have published this material, published this on a paper. And second one is development and characterization of traditional inks. I have developed during my NRLC days, when I was a scientist at NRLC, National Research Laboratory for Cultural Property. There we have developed 4 types of inks, various inks, and we have characterized the ink with several instruments as mentioned here. And we have also applied the same. These are the instruments and these are the characterization technique. We have applied the same on the paper, palm leaves, and we have tested with the level instruments about the same type of ink. Any variation is there? No variation is there. Then we have accelerated the aging process also, so the ink is very stable. So that is one type of research. Also, research possibilities also there. Third one is when we are taking any paper. I know everybody is doing paper conservation also. Paper conservation also we are making using handmade papers. Here I have used precisely one instrument FTIR and try to know the strength of the paper which we are using, and we are getting very nice results out of that. I wanted to show that. I have shown you the same here, the same of the papers we have used. But after getting the strength, we can select the accurate paper to which we can apply to for the conservation purpose. This is also published to the journal. This one is Gordon sir was telling about. These are the two tools, iron tools we have collected. One is rusted one, and sample. Second one is not corroded one. The same image we have taken. It's very nice one. The same image, paralytic one is rusted one is due to the paralytic movement of microstructure, but the second one is due to a protective coating, corrosion resistance sample that we are now developing. What type of things they have developed is very nice, very we cannot say that such type of things is available, very nicely available. Now we are doing in our space, but 2,200-300 years ago they are practicing this one. So this is where we are working with now. And this is also the geochemical study of a monument. And this only optical microscopy I have taken. You can see here that this image particularly. That's D1. D1 you can see that very easily you can mark the old and new stone also. The D1 you can see the cracks are there and it is easily visible in optical microscopy. And this is the recently we are taking 4 or 5 bricks we have collected from 3rd century BC to 11th century AD, and we are working on the bricks to show the microstructure changes, variations, and results also going to be very nice and very it shows the engineering skill, technical development, and knowledge about the inclusions and right time of inclusion. So we are going to we are working on this one, and now very shortly we will communicate this one also. Thank you, sir.
Actually, our aim to just establish and to know the knowledge system, our ancestor knowledge system, how they were advanced. See, if you see the iron, see they know how to protect it from the corrosion. If you see the bricks also, they were just mix husk or some other material for just which are the this is for heat transmission or properly for these things. For sometimes for giving more strength with less fuel, they can produce those type of things. So many things we can know if you get the help and support from the science, which will helpful for our research in a scientific lines.
Only one slide I want to show, sir. This is actually that Indian pottery, means whichever the pottery we are developing. I have collected just a reference. 2 or 3 potteries I did. That is the high temperature is shown. I think recently Dr. J.K. Patnaik has given one Suavari report. There one chapter was there from my side about firing temperature estimation. But this one you can see that this source 8 or 9 only for a reference. I have collected 9 journals. All are from South India, Tamil Nadu. You can see. So I hope I request everybody to let's make a database at least for firing temperature, all these things, so that will be scientifically evident, and every paper, every report, part of every report, sir, excavation report.
Thank you.
Sir, at least one database should be there.
Actually, sir, recently we took the help of IIT Madras. Now we are just giving sample to students, and we are telling that you just produce a paper, then you are the first author, we are the second author. No problem, and they agreed. And recently they examined the tiles, brick tiles from Konark and Baravati, this ongoing excavation tiles. They have given very good results, sir. Firing technique, why they put this husk in an informative manner. They're just putting a husk in this thing, sir.
They're telling that is very not common. This is not novelty is there. They're telling just like but I told this is novelty for us. You give us this.
We just say that they just give the information. These are the things we want to know, because for this we'll get the environmental parameter also. Because with less fuel, how they produce such type of strong tiles or all these things. This is the technique.
Process.
Yeah, sir. So that's why. Okay.
Thank you so much. I am reminded of Rajatulal Chattopadhyay's introductions to D.D. Kosambi, combined methodology. And D.D. Kosambi is one of the rare genius who traversed many disciplines in his work. From mathematics, he was a professor in TFIR. His father was a Sanskritist in Harvard, and therefore imbibed everything. Suhasita Sangra is such a brilliant text, and the commentary by D.D. Kosambi is such a brilliant analysis, as well as the analysis on Sringara Sataka and others. Therefore, what comes out very clearly is to develop a combined methodology. And therefore, history, as G.P. Thompson says, or maybe just to add a caveat, the construction of past requires a multidisciplinary approach, a combined methodology that traverses the silos of modern disciplinary knowledges, without which obviously the construction of past would be obviously would be an unfinished one. Given the fact that construction of past is a source dependent or source based enterprise of construction of knowledge, there would be obviously an unending dialogue between constructor of past and its evidence. Let us hope the next 20 years of Archaeology of Odisha would be devoted to these consolidations, the consolidation of the gains that our young archaeologists and historians have put in. Especially, I'm extremely thankful to Professor Kishore Basa and Ravi sir has been, our beacon light for long 20 years almost. And many others. Onam sir has been, he has a knack of exploring sites. He has brought many sites to limelight. Let us come together and develop a combined methodology for consolidating the gains that we have, made in last 20 years. This is a celebration of not only Revensa's double A plus status, it is also a celebration of Professor Basa's, stewardship as a director, short duration director general of Archaeological Survey of India. He has made his footprints. This is also a celebration of Archaeology of Odisha, which was published almost 20 years back, with the hope that this unending dialogue between our, topology, our environment, our sources will continue in days and decades together. We'll come up with a volume as a fitting tribute to Professor Basa. I hope and expect that all of you would contribute your paper so that a good felicitation volume comes out. Thank you so much. Yesterday I failed to announce that there are chit chat khanas of Katak available in the evening. Today we have all those chit chat khanas. Kosik also failed ill because he ate dahi vada of Katak yesterday. With these notes, I am profusely thankful to all of you. This has been quite interesting, enchanting, and the very fact that old scholars, Sabasa sir, Pradeep sir, have been listening to these scholars, and you look at the kind of geography. Unlike Mahatav History of Odisha, which has been restricted to 3 coastal districts of Patak, Baleshwar, and Puri, look at the kind of geography that we have covered and the diverse background from which scholars have made their presentations. This has been one of the significant advancements that have been made largely because of the works that pioneering archaeologists like Pradeep Behra. I must appreciate the kind of works that Pradeep Behra has put in the last 2 decades. This has been phenomenal. So also Ravi sir's, Basa sir's, Sadasiv sir's work on, even when he was limping, his legs have gone from bad to worse. Still, he went last year to one of the rock centers of Koraput district. And therefore, we bow down to all these scholars, and I hope that this should be a fitting tribute to all these great scholars who made a significant stride or helped in making a significant stride in the discipline of construction of us. Thank you so much. Please break for the chit chat, and we'll come back tomorrow in the morning, even though Basa sir won't be present, and Ravi sir is leaving for Baleshwar. Their blessings are with us, and if you continue up to lunch because of some engagements, Basa sir won't be able to come tomorrow in the morning. But if you continue up to lunch, we could have a validated session after the lunch, and then we'll end the program. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Sir, live ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଏବେ? Good evening, all. Good evening, all. କଣ ଆରକାର ଫଟୋ ଉଠେଇଲା ବୁଝିବେ? ଦିବ୍ୟାଂଶୁ ଫଟୋ ଉଠେଇବ। ଦିବ୍ୟାଂଶୁ ଭାଇ, ଦିବ୍ୟାଂଶୁ ଭାଇ ନମ୍ବର ନାହିଁ। ଦିବ୍ୟାଂଶୁ ନମ୍ବର କିଛା? ହଁ। ଦୀପେଶ କାହିଁକି? ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି କରୁଛୁ। नॉर्मल कैमरा मोबाइल नहीं तो फोटो फोटो क्या रहा मैं आ रहा हूँ 1 मिनट में पहले एक फोटो जियो टाइम में नहीं जियो टाइम में तुम लैपटॉप में टिक के करो वो लैपटॉप टिक डाउन कर लो तड़ो कर दो ठीक हटे दे स्टेबल समझते हैं एपटे सर आसुची सब बढ़िया मुझे तो नहीं ना ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି ନେଇଥିଲି ସେମିତି ନେବ ହେଲା ବସା ये रुना पड़ेगा कि कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा तो चलो मैं पकड़ तो नहीं किया एजी इंटरनेशनल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ये वो भी को ये टाइम लिखो जियो टाइम क्या वो कोई ना कॉलर्स Stop streaming. हाँ stop 50 minutes.